anyways, welcome back to episode 678, and we are back with the guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out what episode we're on. Yes, and today we have my casual interruption. We have some
Casual?
NFL.
Wait. You have a casual interruption?
Is it not casual?
You mean usual?
I mean scripted and usual interruption. We also have some draft segments. And then we're gonna be grading all 32 teams.
Thank you for not naming them. Thank God.
No, because
Actually, let me name them off right now. We're the biggest reach. The Steelers.
A month ago, you would name each draft segment.
Each little.
You can like
bullet
we
point?
have biggest reach.
Biggest breach
Steel of the drift.
of the drift. Yes, the drift.
McDonald's.
Oops. Anyways, today's McDonald's interruption is sponsored by. I mean, not sponsored by. Why am I sponsored?
We have a sponsor?
Yes. Talking about Chili's. Today, we're gonna.
Nah.
Okay, bro. All right. So like, you just want to get your.
Anyways,
the fact that you can't even hear.
well,
Anyways,
well.
Chili's has added. I don't know if you guys already know, but if you guys seen the ad multiple times throughout the draft or anything. But Chili's has added a new like chicken sandwich. It's like bigger than a McChicken. It's similar to like Popeye's McChicken sandwich, but yeah, it's a part of their new 3 for me deal, right? 3 for me, 4 for me. Something deal. I honestly forgot the deal that we got, but I've ate at Chili's and I've gotten the deal before. Now they're adding the new McChicken chicken sandwich. I wish I was out there whenever that happened, but no. Sadly, we have no Chili's. We have a bunch of hotties. Get it? Because Chili's is chili and hotties is hot. No. All right, guys. Let's get this video started with some NFL draft news. Draft segments, actually.
All right, we're going to get started off with the biggest reaches of this past draft. My first one is from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tight end Nate Bjorkshire. They drafted a blocking tight end in the second round, and it's just not what you typically see from teams. Usually these type of guys you can get later. I know they're valuable now with teams wanting to run the ball a lot more. And it's just I didn't like the value. I feel like they could have got him in the third, even the fourth. Maybe he turns out to be a good receiving tight end in the league, but for me, I just have him as a reach just because of where they got him. And the reason why they reached, their GM and their head coach did not attend the combine because they didn't want to. And now look where it led them. Look where it led them. Yeah, they didn't attend the combine.
Yeah, this Jack team is screwed for the next 2 years.
All right, Ant.
So yeah, my biggest reach is Jadarian Price. I feel like they could have definitely traded back into the second round and got him there. Adding more picks to the draft, but no, they picked him there. I don't know the exact reasoning or like what could possibly be the reasoning, but I feel like it's crazy taking a running back, especially like him that early. But I feel like they only took him because K-Walk left, so they just needed to fill up that little injury with the bandage and Jadarian Price.
All right, and for my biggest reach, I picked Xavier Thomas from the who got selected to the Chicago Bears. They picked him in the third round while he was projected in the sixth. I know he has some really great speed and athleticism, but I feel like in the third round there was plenty of receivers that were available before the third round and even after. But I could honestly see why the Bears picked him in the third round, as he's kind of the DJ Moore replacement. But you could have honestly got him in the fourth or fifth. I don't think There might have been some teams that were trying to get him, and that's why I think they did trade up for him, if I'm not mistaken. So, but just to get him in the third round at I think it was like 83 or something. Uh, I think. Give me a second. I think it was like 80 because we traded with them, didn't they? 89. So by that time, like guys like Chris Brazzell, Ted Hurst were gone, but I think they were just looking for a speedster. He did run a 4.28, so that's probably what intrigued them to get him. But I feel like at 89, you kind of just uh, reach to a certain extent. But I know some people like him and like that pick, but for me, I think that's a reach.
All right, now let's get into what we call our steals of the draft. My steal is going to be cornerback Keontae Scott going to the Buccaneers from Miami. Yeah, I really just like the value that the Bucks really just got in this whole draft, but specifically Keontae Scott, getting him in the fourth round. They didn't have to trade back or anything. He just fell right into their lap, and it's something, a position corner that the Buccaneers could use. And um, obviously he had a very nice year with Miami. Fits Todd Bowles' mold of corners, and he'll be a nice pairing with Jacob Parrish, and whoever else the Buccaneers bring in and play start. So I really like this Keontae Scott pick. Mainly, I just like where they got him, not having to trade up for him. Just he just was there.
All right. That leads to me. I think, well, in my opinion, I do think the seal of the draft would be Emmanuel Pregnon, offensive tackle from Oregon. Uh, Forgot who he fell to.
The Jaguars,
The Jaguars. Yeah, he fell to
the
the
only good
Jaguars,
pick.
and I think the fourth round, fifth. He fell pretty
Third,
deep. No,
88.
that's close. Third. He was at pick 88. He was really he was highly spoken of to go in the first round, but he sadly didn't because of his age. So I feel like that was definitely a big steal for them. Um, just because he's old doesn't mean he can't produce, or by the time he does, or a team would get better, right? He would be old. Doesn't that mean they get
Huh?
a 5-year deal extension with him
If
because they drafted
they
him late?
if they dropped him in the first, they would get 4 years plus the fifth year option. But because they drafted him in the third, they only get the 4 years and then would have to extend him after that. So yeah, he's gonna be around 29 or 30 when his first
Yeah,
contract ends.
It's not ideal.
but I feel like he's still a steal though because he was one of the higher spoken of offensive tackles under Fano, Malino, and especially a bunch of others. But yeah,
Yeah.
All right, for my steal of the draft, I picked Jalen Kilgore, who got selected by the Buffalo Bills. He was projected to be a second, around day two, second round, maybe even third round, but he dropped all the way down to the fifth, with the 27th pick in that round. I think for the Bills, it was kind of a need at safety, as I didn't Taylor Rapp leave,
Yeah, he
or
got cut.
they cut him, and Damar Hamlin's still on the team. But to me, Jalen Kilgore, getting him at this value late in the fifth is really good, as he provides the speed at the position. He could play the nickel um, as well. But I think just his athleticism is also great. So I think getting him in the fifth round was really good. I was honestly surprised just seeing him falling down. I'm pretty sure DJ was as well. And there was at times that we were thinking we were gonna get him, but we ended up getting Zaki Wheatley, Zaki, not Zaki, Zaki Wheatley, uh,
Zaki is what David Tepper said.
Zaki. Oh my! But yeah, we ended up getting Zaki Wheatley. I think in that same round, right, the fifth or the fourth.
Yeah, we traded up
So
for Zaki.
yeah, so I still think Kilgore's a really good going into the whole draft, he was a good prospect. I really did think he was going to go much earlier, but seeing him fall might give him some motivation and want to get a starting spot on the Bills.
All right, and next we are going to get into our favorite picks of the draft. Really just for me, I'm going to start off. I talked about it in the day one draft grades. I really love the Peter Woods fit in Kansas City. what he can be next to Chris Jones. And once Chris Jones is gone, learning under Chris Jones, learning under Chris Spagnuolo, there's just a lot of untapped potential from Peter Woods. Like I keep saying, Peter Woods was a consensus top 5 to 10 pick, and in earlier mock drafts, and then Clemson had a down year, and then he's getting picked at 29. You see his teammates like T.J. Parker, not going in the first no more. So I really like the value that they got Peter Woods and just what he can become for that Kansas City defense. I also have Jonah Coleman, running back from Washington, going to the Broncos. I really like this fit, and I'm glad. I was looking at Twitter about him, and a lot of people agree that this is the type of running back that the Broncos could use. Obviously, they got R.J. Harvey, pass catching back out the backfield. J.K. Dobbins can be good if he stays healthy, and Jonah Coleman can be that bruiser that many teams look for in their running back core. So I really like that pickup for the Broncos. I also have Jay Barham, linebacker or defensive end, going to the Cowboys. Going into this draft process, he was described as basically the poor man's Arvell Reese. So there's some linebacker flexibility that you can rush him off the passer. So think of like a Frankie Lulu type of guy. And I like that for the Cowboys. And I think he should play early if he shows out. I also have Jake Golday, linebacker, going to the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like he can be a day one impact type of player for them, where he's just going to come in and uh, really just contribute to that linebacker room of Ivan Pace. I almost said Eric Kendricks, but I forgot this guy, the other guy's name. I remember him because I got him on Weddle yesterday, but I also struggled getting him on Weddle. But yeah, Jake Golday fits right in. What he can he's also very athletic. He's tall. I think he's like 6'2" or 6'3". Um, and lastly, I have Joshua Josephs, Tennessee defensive end, going to the Commanders. Joshua Joseph was also like Jalen Kilgore, like Bobby was saying, was one of those day two type of guys that I'm just surprised fell. And it's not like me saying that's why I like him because he fell and stuff. It's just the value that they got him and what he can be for the Commanders defense, because I know they got Odafe Owe. I know they got Caleb Chasson, but Caleb Von's on a 1-year deal. And Joshua Josephs, if he's developing, especially with Dan Quinn, who loves developing his edge rushers, he could be a good player. And if you can, anytime you can get a starter or even just a rotational type of player where you got him, and I'm pretty sure that was the 5th round for the Commanders, it's just a very good pick.
Sorry. My 3 favorite picks would be one, Caden McDonald, defensive tackle from Tennessee. Haven't From Tennessee. I don't think that's the right school. My bad. But he is going to the Texans, and I do think he'll be a nice rotational defensive tack, especially for like third down plays, as he's really good at he has really good ball vision, and can really sit there and just diagnose the play if it's a pass play or run play. He does have some negatives, and where he can't, he does have a limited pass rushing ability, but he can definitely learn, especially on that defensive line. I just feel like he'll definitely add a little bit more fear into the defensive lineman of the Texans. Number 2, I have Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker, going to the Titans. I feel like his aggressiveness and his size and his just wittiness would definitely bring a different type of skill set to the Titans, especially with their defense. Their coach wanting a more aggressive defense. I feel like he definitely could match that. I feel like it could also be a nice, how would you say, a nice impact player. I feel like he can definitely go there and definitely start as linebacker and be their Mike linebacker, in my opinion. And then third, I have Skylar Hall, wide receiver, going to Skylar Bell.
Thank you.
My God, sorry.
Brother.
My bad. I can't read today. Skylar Bell. He has a wide receiver going to the Bills. I looked him up. He's definitely matching a lot of the other guys' profile in Sha- Shakir,
Shakir.
Khalil Shakir, and DJ Moore, being that small body wide receiver, but yet willing to sacrifice his body and jump up there for 50-50 balls, as he's jumped a 41-inch vert. So he definitely fits those guys' profiles, and I understand why they took him. So I feel like it could be a nice little third option wide receiver for the Bills.
All right, I have 5 players here. My first player is Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Just seeing him go down the board, um, there was many teams that could have selected him on, at that point. He got selected by the Cleveland Browns in the later part of the second round, which I think is a really great selection for them, as they really don't have that great of a safety. I forget who their safeties are, but he offers his hard hitting ability, being able to go up into stopping the run and things of that nature. So it'll definitely bring a different look for the Cleveland Browns. And I think it was a really good selection at his value, as he was projected to be a late first rounder, early second round. But just to get him late into the second is really good for the Cleveland Browns. My next guy is Ted Hurst. Uh, I know we kind of made a joke of where will Ted go. Well, he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and during the whole draft process, I was just kind of thinking that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, after losing Mike Evans, they needed another iteration of him. So Ted Hurst kind of brings that kind of ability with a little bit more speed. He has a little he's a lot lankier at 6'4". I think what Mike Evans is 6'3", but Ted Hurst definitely brings a lot of speed to himself. He ran a 4.22 at the combine, so that was pretty impressive for his position. I really do like this pickup for them, as it'll kind of be maybe a reincarnation of Mike Evans, but you never know. You never know. The guy is tall. He is 6'4". He does have the 50-50 catch ability, so I do like that about him. My next guy is Elijah Surratt, who got selected late into the fourth. I really did think he was gonna go like maybe third round, but the Ravens selected Jacoby Lane in the third or the fourth. I don't know. I forget. I think Surratt was a fifth rounder if I'm not mistaken, but I forget the order. But uh, I think Elijah Surratt's a really good wide receiver, and for the Ravens to get him there was really good. I know they did get Jacoby Lane earlier in the draft, but just to pair those two together with Zay Flowers, you kind of rebuild your whole wide receiver core into a legit threat that could possibly uh, be really good as a unit. But I think the Elijah Surratt pick was Surratt pick was really good. He had a really good season with Indiana, obviously winning the national championship. So I really do think that's a good pick there. My fourth guy is Brennan Thompson, who got selected to the Chargers. He offers a lot of speed. He was, I think, the fastest wide receiver in the combine. So um, they honestly get their guy here, because I know I forget his name. I forget his name. DJ, help me. Mike McDaniel?
Mike McDaniel, the OC now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Who's
he
their
loves
offensive
speed.
coordinator. Yeah, he wanted a speed guy, as he obviously had Tyreek there in Miami. Now he's in LA, but they obviously were looking for a speed guy, and they got their speed guy in Brendan Thompson. And both of them took their shirt off for each other, which is very interesting. Do you want the context, Anthony?
Yes,
All right.
please.
So, well, Mike McDaniel was talking to his staff, or the staff, and Brendan Thompson was coming down, or their selection was coming down, and they were thinking Brendan Thompson. So when the pick was coming in, he said, "If we get Brendan Thompson, I'm taking my shirt off." So they call it Brendan Thompson. They're picking him right there. Mike McDaniel has to take his shirt off, and he tells Brendan Thompson, "You got to take your shirt off too." Guess what Brendan Thompson does? He takes his shirt off. So both of them took their shirt off.
Oh, wow, that's a
Yeah,
very interesting deal.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
very
is.
interesting.
All right. Oh,
No,
is that it
I
for you?
still have one more guy.
Oh.
I have your guy that you were sick about, AJ Halsey, who got selected to the Indianapolis Colts. I know they have their free safety in. Oh my God, I keep on forgetting these names. Cam Bynum. But AJ Halsey will be the strong safety. I don't think anybody's gonna. I honestly think he might be a day one starter. He might be instant impact. Maybe I should have put him in my instant impact. But he'll definitely be a hard hitter for them. He has the ability to play in coverage as well. But I don't think um, there's really not going to be anybody that competes for that spot against AJ Halsey. I think he has that spot fairly locked down. We'll see once training camp comes and preseason, all that, if he eventually does get that starting spot. But I do like this pick for the Colts and him. Oh my God, whatever. Yeah, AJ Halsey.
Let's get into our least favorite picks. I'm just gonna start off with the guy on the right, Nate Bjorkshire. Like I said, I just didn't like the pick. I already spoke about him, but next, Dejon Stribling went to the 49ers at pick 33. You know, it's not that I don't like Dejon Stribling. It's just that where the 49ers got him, they could have traded out of 33. They could have traded back to 60 and they still would have got him. I That's why I don't like the pick. I just don't like where they got him. There was even I don't know if you guys have seen, but there was actually one of the 49ers reporters
I did see the
asked
clip.
them, he said, yeah, why do y'all reach so much, basically? That's what he said. Why do y'all get these guys, when they're not projected to go a lot later? And that's just, I respect that guy because, you know,
He ain't wrong.
there's questions that, and that's not a bad question to ask. Like you
It's not.
realistically can. So, and then my last pick is Jadarian Price, like Ant was saying when he said that's his biggest reach. Um, it's where they got him again. Like they could have got out the first. They could have not even traded back out of the first. They could have taken someone else like Denzel Boston, Manuel McNeil Warren, Jermon McCoy there, Colton Hood. They could have taken one of those guys um and then traded back up in the second and taken Jadarian Price because I don't think he would have went that early as people were expecting. But it's probably because running backs are getting expensive, and they want to get the 5th-year option on him, so they basically get him for about 5 years. So those were my least favorite picks.
All right. So yeah, I guess that leads into me. Um, sorry, as my phone is loading. I'll just read off here. Ooh, this is very bright. I don't know. Can y'all see me? The screen
Yeah.
through my glasses? Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. Yes, for my 3 least favorite picks, it's basically the same as DJ.
Basically.
Is
The same as DJ for for the same type of reasonings. Jadarian Price, yeah, they could have used a spot for someone else, a corner, maybe even a tight end, wide receiver. But no, they decided to bank on Jadarian Price at that pick. Uh, and so I'm gonna keep saying that until we actually know how to say his name. Tight end going to the Jags. I definitely feel like there was definitely better options than Boyker Creature. But you know, like the guy that we picked for the Rams.
I'd
He's a
rather
big
the
body.
Jaguars had picked him because he's a good blocker and he can receive the ball. Like,
Yeah,
who?
the guy that we picked, the Rams.
Oh yeah, Max Clear. Hell yeah.
And mind you, man, like he fell to us. So we didn't even trade up. He just fell to us. So like they could have sat there and picked him before because they're like what 10 picks before us.
Yes.
8 picks before us,
Like
yeah, something like that. And then yeah, the third pick, the Sean Stribling. Yeah, Stribling. Yeah, I don't know what the Niners were thinking of doing here, but interesting pick. I definitely looked into like his little description. He's mostly known for like blocking, as being like a blocking wide receiver. But he is willing to, I guess, go up there for 50-50 balls, but not really. I don't know. I don't understand this pick. This pick is very confusing. They could have picked a better wide receiver or corner, tight end, something else, but I guess they have faith in him. But yeah,
Yeah, I have two of the three. These guys explained it well with Deson Stribling. Like there were so many other better wide receivers. Yeah, maybe they do like his blocking at wide receiver and his willingness to block, which not a lot of receivers have the willingness to block. But it's such a reach. There's honestly such a reach at 33. Like DJ said, they could have traded back. They could have traded back all the way to 90 and probably still got him. If anything, they probably could have got him in the third round. But just to get him at 33 when there's a lot more better talent. Denzel Boston was right there. He was right there at 33, and Cleveland didn't pick him until 39. So they could have picked Denzel Boston right there, but um, it was just a confusing pick. My second guy, Josiah Trotter. The Buccaneers, honestly, they could have got Anthony Hill. I would have liked to see Anthony Hill more than Josiah Trotter. Josiah Trotter is not really that good in coverage. Yeah, he has the ability to get downhill and get to the quarterback, but I feel like Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of reached for that one as well. Anthony Hill was right there, but honestly, there wasn't another running back other than those two because Wade Woodaz was the next linebacker after them, if I'm not concerned, who got concerned. Oh my god, I can't speak. Um, but yeah, it's an interesting pick. We'll see once everything gets settled down. And Nate Borkircher, whatever his name is, uh, same thing. Like there were so many other better tight ends at that time. Why are you doing this? Why are you getting so hyped?
DJ found the same mic as you for under 30
Oh,
bucks.
yeah, yes sir, yes sir, yes
27.
sir. We like that,
Yeah,
but
shout out
yeah,
to the guy who complained. I'm gonna find you.
Yeah,
it's gonna
don't
find you.
for the guy that complained, and we'll have this in the next like 3 videos.
Yeah, he will. But
Yeah.
yeah, that pick, Max Clear would have been a better pick. Oscar Delp, who got selected in the third round, would have been a better pick. And I like Oscar Delp. He offers a lot more pass catching and versatility. I don't know if he could block well as Nate is as good as Nate can, but whatever. It's a whatever pick. The Jaguars had a confusing draft.
Yeah, very, very confusing draft.
Very, very confusing.
Very, very confusing.
And next, we're gonna get into our rookies that we think can be instant impacts on their team. I'm gonna start off with Casey Concepcion. I think he will go in and whether he'll be the wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2, but he'll be a focal part of that Browns offense. Todd Monken does like his wide receivers and his rotations. When he was drafted, they were saying how they figured he would remind Todd Monken of Zay Flowers, and I see that a lot. And if he is, yeah, he's going to be a focal point, and he's going to create an instant connection with Shador in training camp and just wherever they are. Um, Next, I have cornerback Brandon Cisse, who went to the Denver Broncos.
The Broncos.
Not the Broncos. He went to the Packers. Yeah, he really just they need the corners. It's really that simple. Keyshawn Nixon was just a penalty merchant, and then Arrington Valentine as well just wasn't good. And they got him in the second. So I like that value for them. Obviously, he is smaller. All their corners are smaller, but Brandon Cisse is one of those corners that is small but doesn't play small. So I like that for the Packers. Next, I have Caden McDonald, who the Texans traded up for in the second round. I was mocking him there in the first round, so them getting him in the second round, and then just even like what he's gonna do next to Sheldon Rankins, and then with Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson on the line, like if they doubled the Daniil, Sheldon Rankins can help get Caden McDonald open, and then it's just gonna be he's gonna instantly impact that defensive line. Colin Hood went to the Giants in the second round. The Giants really needed a corner after losing theirs to the Titans in free agency, and Colin Hood, that most thought would go in the first, fell right in their lap at in the second round, and I really just I really just like what he can be, and he could be a very good slot corner, even a nice outside corner for the Giants for years to come. And then Vega Ioane, we've been talking about him going to the Ravens almost every mock draft, and they got him. He's gonna slot right in a guard, and then just you know do what they got to do, whether it's help the run, help the pass. But he's there to protect Lamar, and he's gonna do that. Vega Ioane will make an instant impact, and we'll see it that he's better than Daniel Falele.
Yeah. All right. So out of those like 5 to 6 guys they just talked about, I only have one in Filele. I mean, not Filele. My bad.
Oh my God,
Viega.
Lele making an instant impact? Yeah, that ain't happening.
Viega Leone or Ione. Which is in English. Call him no interruption here. In English, that means John. So if you don't want to call him Ione, just call him John. Yeah.
I'd rather
Number-
y'all say Ioane.
Yeah, just say you want to.
But yeah, one, I have Sonny Styles, linebacker, going to the Washington Commanders. I feel like he's definitely gonna go there and be dominant. He's definitely gonna be the first. I mean, in Mike linebacker. I feel like he is definitely gonna fill in that spot for Bobby Wagner. Is Bobby still on the team or?
Not
is he
yet.
off
I
the
think.
team?
No, I
He's
was
still a
about
free
to say.
agent.
Oh, he's still a free agent. So, okay, so yeah, he'll definitely fill in that spot though. I feel like he's definitely just a bigger. I mean, a younger version of him. But yeah, I definitely see him being a big impact on that defense. Number 2, I have Delane, cornerback in Kansas City, especially after losing Trent McDuffie and keep forgetting that guy's name. But yeah, Trent McDuffie and his I'm not gonna say his friend, but his partner, Jalen Watson. I feel like losing both of them. I feel like Chiefs using Delane and forgot the other corner that they signed, but using Delane and the other corner that they signed, I feel like they could definitely make up another power duo in their cornerbacks, in their secondary, and yeah. Fourth guy, because my third guy was Vega, but the fourth guy I have is Omar Cooper Jr. Going to the Jets. I think he'll definitely make a bigger impact. Malik Neighbors is still there. Right?
Yeah. What? Jets? No, that's Garrett Wilson.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I was thinking Giants. Wrong New York team. But anyways, yeah, I feel like he's definitely gonna make an impact. He's definitely gonna outshine anybody else that's on the roster. And Bobby left.
For what reason? Why?
Oh no, you
So
talk to the
stupid.
Discord operatives. Anyways,
You go
yeah,
talk to
I
them.
think he's a really nice wide receiver. Now I'm double guessing about why I put him here. Why did I put him here? Oh, I should have put like the guy that went to the Saints as tight end. I don't know. I'm double guessing, but anyways, I feel like he'll still make a big impact, especially being on the Jets, next to Wilson. So yeah, and then my last guy, at number 5, I have Denzel Boston.
Just
Wide receiver going to the Browns.
oh, you mixed
I don't remember
Boston
the
and
Browns
Washington.
starting wide receiver.
Boston. That's a good one.
I don't know who
the
that is.
Browns. Casey Concepcion.
Who's the starting? Who's the
Jared
starting
Judy.
wide receiver for the
Who
Browns?
know- They don't really have
Harold
a good,
Fanning. Harold Fanning is
He's
the
a
no.
tight
Harold
end.
I
Fanning.
love Harold Fanning. That's my cousin.
Not really.
That's not my
yeah,
cousin.
Boy, is he the wide receiver or is he the?
No, he's a
He's
tight
tight
end.
end.
Oh, but
They're starting wide
Well, he
receiver.
receives
Oh my
but-
God, that offense is good.
yeah, but yeah, I feel like
Yeah, Browns should be good this year.
yo, I just deleted. How did I delete my thing without even touching my phone? Guys,
Brother.
I lost my pick. Oh no, it's still
Brother.
there. It's still there.
Denzel
Just slow.
Boston.
But yeah, Denzel Boston, I feel like could definitely make a big impact on that team, especially with Sanders, which lagged. Sanders needing a second wide receiver. I feel like he's a nice little combination right there, and I feel like he'll definitely make a boom on that team.
All right. Well, for me, my first guy I picked Oscar Delp, who I mentioned earlier. I think for the Saints to get him at the spot they did, which was 79 in the third round, if I'm not mistaken, is a really good pick. It's a replacing longtime Saint Taysom Hill, who was very versatile. He could play quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver, whatever. He could do a lot. But Oscar Delp strictly plays tight end. He could block a little bit. He's a very good pass catcher, and I just think them picking him up right there in the third round was really good. I don't think there's anybody in front of him, so he might get a chance to start with Tyler Shuck, the kid. and that might be his favorite target too. So maybe Oscar Dupp could have a really big season in his rookie year. My next guy is Denzel Boston, as and alluded to, teaming up with Shador Sanders as well as Casey Concepcion. I think his 50-50 catch ability and just his big body could make him a really big piece in that Cleveland offense, especially since Shador Sanders does have that capability of throwing a deep ball, and Denzel Boston having the capability to catch those said deep balls. So I think the Browns getting Denzel Boston was really good. And that wide receiver core is lethal now. I know Jerry Judy's there too, Casey Concepcion, Harold Fannin. They're all there, but Denzel Boston could get some looks whenever those guys are struggling or not getting looks throughout the game. But Denzel Boston should be a really good player in this league, and I expect big things coming from him. My next guy is also another wide receiver from the New York Jets, Omar Cooper Jr. I know they also selected Kenyon Sadiq, who I'll mention later in this video. But Omar Cooper is a very versatile player. As DJ said, he's reminded him of a Debo Samuel, which I could see as well. He's a really good route runner. Um, and I think just them trading back in, they traded back in the first to get him. So I think the Jets made a really good decision getting Omar Cooper and having another weapon for whoever the quarterback is going to be, either Geno Smith or Cade Klubnik, who they selected later in the draft. Um, they'll probably compete for the starting spot, but I expect Geno to be the starting quarterback. I think Aaron Glenn said it too, that he's their starting quarterback.
Yeah,
Whoever,
Geno starting.
um, yeah. So um, I hope Gino could get the ball to Omar Cooper because I really want him to have a good season. I know he was clapping in regret, whatever. But I really do hope he has a good rookie year. But we'll have to see when season comes. My fourth guy, Eli Stowers, who got picked by the Philadelphia Eagles, backing up Dallas Goddard, but I could see him sharing time with him on the field as well. Eli Stowers is like a big wide receiver. Same thing with like Kenyon Sadiq. Both were highly touted, but for Eli Stowers, he kind of fell a little bit. But I'm pretty sure he got selected in the second round, if I'm not mistaken.
Eli?
But I like Eli Stowers. I like the capability, the ability he's bringing onto a Philadelphia team with Dallas Goddard getting much older. Um, he could slot in as a big receiver at times, and be out there with Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Mekhi Lemon. But I like this pickup for the Philadelphia Eagles. It gives them another option at tight end. And yeah. And then my last guy, R. Mason Thomas for Kansas City. I was just thinking, like, with the team up of Chris Jones and Peter Woods at DT, both of them at DT, maybe that could force some pressure and open up R. Mason Thomas, who plays the edge. He had a really good season final season at Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma. So I think he should have a really decent rookie season. I know not a lot of defensive players get to have that opportunity to start, but I could see him being a rotational guy for the first part of his career, and then eventually starting on that Kansas City Chiefs defense, especially if Spagnuolo is still there and running that defense. So I see a pretty good, a lot of potential in R. Mason Thomas, and hopefully he'll get a big opportunity there in Kansas City.
All right, and the next thing is our offensive rookie of the year predictions. Mine is Jeremiah Love. I think he's just gonna go to Arizona and just take over that running back room. I know they have James Conner, Tyler Algier, and Trey Benson, but one of those guys are probably going to be gone. And what really makes me think Jeremiah Love can win that is his pass catching ability out the backfield as well is very good, and it's probably almost the best out of all the running backs in that Cardinals running back core. And because they also have invested in the offensive line, I also like this pick. Um, you know, Ashton Genty could have easily won offensive rookie last year. If he just had an offensive line, and the Cardinals have something built. They have Paris. They just drafted Basantis. They have like Hajate at center. They have these guys. They have a nice core that's 1,000 times better than what the Raiders had on the field last year. So I just, and then especially if Carson Beck starts right off the get go, they're going to just run the ball to take all the pressure off Carson Beck. So I have Jeremiah Love winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, before left, forgot Bobby left, so I can't hear DJ. But anyways,
Yep.
yeah, I came back and yeah, my ooh, sorry, my offensive rookie of the year prediction would be Carnell Tate going to the from the Titans. I know it's a crazy take for some of you. I know one of you is gonna comment down below, be like, "Oh, you had the Carnell Tate? That's crazy." Well, I do think that he is literally one of the best wide receivers coming from this draft. So I do see him popping off, especially even on the Titans. Um, so yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna pop off. So yeah.
Well, for my offensive rookie of the year, I picked Kenyon Sadiq, who I mentioned earlier, who's on the Jets. I think, in a sense, yeah, it might be a struggle for him to even get rookie of the year, especially with the whole quarterback situation. I know Geno Smith is a interception merchant, but maybe he could find a connection with Geno Smith, and then if Cade Klubnik comes in and plays a couple snaps throughout the season just to get himself going, or eventually start a game or two late in the season, maybe those practice reps with Kenyon could get him going. And I feel like Kenyon Sadiq is just a big old target that could get a lot of touchdowns, could get a lot of yardage. He did a lot of that at Oregon anyway. So um, as long as the quarterback situation is sustainable, I think he could get it. It might be a bit of a reach here for him, especially with that situation. But and there's hell of a lot of other players that could win offensive rookie as well. This whole class was talented in the first round, so but Kenyon Sadiq, I feel like he could have a chance at offensive rookie of the year.
All right, and my defensive rookie of the year prediction is Sonny Styles. We've seen that linebackers can win this. Carson won it last year for the Browns, and he was a second round pick. And with the Commanders, Sonny Styles should go in and should be the green dot right away. He should, like Ant said, he should be the Mike linebacker. And if he gets a lot of tackles and his sacks, because he's a good blitzer, probably an interception or two, Sonny Styles has a realistic chance as long as one of these rookie edge rushers don't go for 10 or more sacks. But even actually, to be honest, if Sonny Styles just has a good linebacker year, he can still win because look at last year. The Falcons had two guys with 10 sacks, and Carson still won it because he had like 123 tackles, like three sacks, and like four interceptions. So Sonny Styles can realistically win it as long as he just takes over that defense. So, and I really think he will. He's going to transform that defense with his youth, with his leadership that he's bringing from Ohio State. And I just, yeah, I got Sonny Styles winning Defensive Rookie of the Year.
All right, for me, I have Ruben Bain Jr. winning it with the Bucks. Shh. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but anyways, I do have Ruben Bain or Ruben Bain Jr. Winning it from the. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. From the Bucks, I can just tell from like his whenever he got drafted, he was just very locked in and he seemed very serious. I think he'll very much bring his seriousness from Tennessee. Don't want to say the
Miami?
wrong school. Oh, my bad. I seen orange and I thought it was Tennessee. My bad. I seen an edit of him a bunch today, so I really do think he'll be the defensive player of the year. I was gonna go with Sonny, but I seen DJ had him, so which wouldn't be a little different. And yeah, really think he's gonna stun on the D line and take over.
All right. Well, for my defensive player of the year, I picked Arville Reese, who was selected by the New York Giants. I know John Harbaugh said he was mainly going to put him at linebacker, but he does have the versatility of playing at edge. But you know that those positions are exclusively filled by Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau and Abdul Carter. But I feel like with those not superstar, one of them could be a superstar. But with those stars, I know they did lose Dexter Lawrence in that trade to Cincinnati, but it's kind of just fills a void for them. I know Arvell doesn't play DT, but it's another potential star player to have on that Giants defense. I don't know why DJ's doing this. But,
That's what Lil Bro was doing in the background. That's all I see with his
oh, was
hands.
he summoning a demon?
Yes, this is all he's doing.
I don't know, bro.
Brother.
He's fidgeting with his fingers.
Oh, well,
Now you just see him back there.
I think Arvell Reese could have a level to Sonny Styles. Honestly, he could be the lead linebacker on that Giants defense. Who knows though? Who knows what John Harbaugh is willing to do with him, or experiment with him? But Arvell Reese could honestly be up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year, especially if he's playing specifically and exclusively at linebacker. He could have a really good season with the Giants. So
You just got to get smarter.
that too, because I've seen clips. He's a little
bad.
He's a little not there.
Yeah. All right, but next, we are going to get into who we think won the draft, and mine is the Chiefs. Mainly because, well, I was thinking about the Browns here, but in my opinion, the Browns are doing all these trades up for these guys and stuff. So they are not a winner, in my opinion. They're trading up for these guys. The Chiefs are taking the guys that are falling to them, without having to make up moves for them. So that's why, in my opinion, the Chiefs are the draft winner, and not having to give up draft capital. Obviously, the Browns got a whole bunch of good players: Emmanuel McNeil, Warren, Denzel Boston, and then the two they got in the first round. But yeah, I really just like the Chiefs draft. Mansour Delane, Peter Woods, R. Mason Thomas. Those are some very good guys right at the top of the draft class that all should come in and make an impact right away on their defense. Because their defense really did struggle last year. Like, their offense was able to keep them in games. Besides, really, their offensive line was struggling at times, but it was just their defense, not getting pressure on the quarterback, which they solved with R. Mason Thomas and Peter Woods, and then just their corners were a little lackluster. And they got Mansour there now. So I really just like what the Chiefs have done in this draft, and yeah. One of the things, my main reason is because what I kept saying through this draft process: Chiefs should never pick at 9 again, as at 9 being their own pick. So they have to make do to what they have, and they did.
All right, so that leads to me. Well, if you guys don't know, I literally have the same pick as DJ.
It says it on the graphic. It says DJ in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
I was just thinking, why make two separate graphics when you guys both?
I didn't know I
have
had the same one.
And
I didn't know DJ had the same one. But yeah.
Well, surprise.
Reason... Huh?
I said
He
surprise.
Said surprise.
MF?
Yes.
No? Okay. Anyways, the only reason why I picked the Chiefs here is, well, they did trade up for one pick. It was Monster Delane, but that was pretty self-explanatory. I just like their draft class. They have a very solid draft class. I feel like they patched up all the wounds that they had, and I can definitely see their defense coming back up again, going into next year with Delane, Peter Woods, especially with Peter Woods being under Chris Jones's wing, and another edge in R. Mason Thomas. I haven't really done that much research into him, but
I like R. Mason Thomas.
I feel like he's going to be a dog on that defense. So that defensive line and their secondary for sure is going to be a good, or at least, get better. Jaden, as Bobby loves to say. Jaden Candy, or
it is.
It's not Candy. It's
Kennedy.
Kennedy, or Jaden Kennedy. Yes, as Bobby corrected me. Yeah, I feel like those two, him and Delane, would definitely be a nice little 1-2 punch after losing both of their corners, star corners, to the Rams. And yeah, they even got a backup QB in Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. That is the guy I definitely wanted for the Rams, but it is what it is, and I feel like they're definitely set for now, even into the future with these younger guys. So yeah.
Yeah, I do like that Kansas City draft after hearing and looking at some of the things you guys have said. But I am the lone person with the Cleveland Browns. I just think the first 4 picks were just ridiculous. Like, just seeing those guys fall to them, getting KC, getting Spencer Fano, Denzel Boston and Emmanuel McNeil Warren in the first and second round was just ridiculous in the sense of like, how do we let the Cleveland Browns get these guys? But honestly, they needed it. They needed to rebuild and retool some of these positions, especially at wide receiver. They kind of needed to get 2 wide receivers in this draft, and if they didn't at least get 2 solid wide receivers, I don't think that this draft would be as good as it is. But they got the best possible ones at their position with Casey and Denzel, both offering different types of play styles and skill sets. Spencer Fonno being your protector and leader of your offensive line. I know they lost a couple guys in free agency as well. And then Emmanuel McNeil Warren being one of the losing my I'm talking too fast. I need to calm down. Being one of your defensive stout defenders out there, and then they spun back and got some more offensive line with Austin Barber and Parker Brailsford at tackle and center. What are you guys laughing about, dude?
Dude, the Broncos' new running back, Jonah Coleman, is huge. Look at this dude.
I need to see this.
Dude, he's
holy mackerel.
He's huge. He's the next
Derrick Henry Jr.
That's literally
Derrick Henry Jr.
Huge.
Oh my god.
That's Derrick Henry Jr. What the
dude, if only we had a picture to show the chat, but like you seen him, bro.
Bro, look at dude. Oh my god, let me put my
dude. He looked like he fresh.
Bruh, he looked like he fresh out of prison.
That's okay.
That's a prison bill.
I was gonna say that, but
that's a prison bill.
You know what I mean?
God,
but damn, he's huge, bro.
It's not like he's defined either.
Sorry.
He's just very solid.
Coleman interruption from the Broncos. Thank you to the Broncos.
Coleman, golly. But yeah, going back to the Browns, they made some really good selections, shoring up their offensive line, and then Justin Jefferson at linebacker, which was a really interesting selection in my opinion. Getting tight end Joe Royer, I guess he'll play a backup role. And then Taylon Green was definitely an interesting pick at six in the 6th round at the first pick. I guess he'll probably be competing with Dylan Gabriel and Shador. Maybe they experiment with him and put him at wide receiver for some reason because he's like 6'5", and he could be another big body to have out there running routes. But I like this draft. Later we'll say our grades for them, but for now let's keep that confidential and let's all move to the consensus worst team. That
do you have an interrupt?
No, I just wanted to say, the Browns were definitely next. But I just feel like the Chiefs had better picks. Browns just had a whole bunch of stars, and pretty obvious that they won the draft. But in my opinion, I do think the Chiefs did win. So.
The Chiefs are close. They're like 1A and 1B. Like you can flip them.
Flip. See, even if I chose the Browns, I would have been with Bobby. But
right.
But now we're all together. For this
now we're all together because we know what it is.
Draft class.
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
DJ.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
We talked about it multiple times. It's not just the Nate pick in the 2nd round. It's just all their picks just didn't seem like they were getting very good value besides Emmanuel Pregnon. That's really all I got to say. Maybe these guys will pan out in the Jaguars scheme, but, not going to the combine looks like it is hurting the Jags.
God.
It's like they don't know anything about any of these
players. Like, the Jalen Husky pick, okay.
Husky's okay. Yeah.
That's an okay pick. Getting Emmanuel Pregnon in the 3rd round is really good.
That was literally the best one.
I don't know about this. Albert Regis was a 5th-year senior who's... That's an okay pick, I guess. The Nate pick is just disastrous.
Getting him pisses me off.
Like you could have got him in the 3rd with that 17th pick.
That's what I'm saying.
At 81.
No.
And then the rest of the guys, Josh Cameron, I haven't heard much of this guy, but he could probably do something there. They got another wide receiver. And then they got a linebacker from Middle Tennessee.
I mean,
and there's not a lot of guys that come out of Middle Tennessee. Yeah. So
I just wasn't a big fan of their draft. It just
But yeah,
it just didn't feel like they filled They
If you're a
just
Jags
went.
fan, definitely comment down below if these guys actually fit y'all's scheme or
Please, I would like to know. I would like to be more educated.
I want to be educated in the Jags scheme because if these guys actually fit the Jags scheme, my bad. My bad.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see once everything.
Watch, they're gonna be one of the greatest.
And then
teams
watch
these people.
Freaking Wesley Williams is gonna have a 15 sack rookie season out of nowhere.
Yeah, one of them is gonna be the offensive player of the year. The other one's like
they did. So they saw something in him. That was with us. That was with us. So they probably see something in him. You never know. Josh Cameron could have a 1,000-yard season.
Josh Cameron's on stuff, bro. We don't know.
But that's the thing about reacting to these drafts early.
Right. You don't you just make a quick thought and run with it instead of settle it down. So this draft class could pan out for them, but for now, it's whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah. So now, we're going to get into our top 3 favorite drafts. My first one is the Commanders. They didn't have many picks, but the picks that they made were good. In Sonny Styles, Antonio Williams was a very good pick for the Commanders. Very reliable hands, wide receiver. I know he is a little smaller. But yeah, he's also, I think they said he hasn't missed a game of college football yet, which you don't see a lot. You typically see guys missing at least one game in their career. No, he did not miss a single game. Next I have even the running back they got later in the draft, I like for the Commanders. He brings a nice bruiser, which if you look at the room, they don't really have that in all their running backs. Rashad White, not a bruiser. Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, not a bruiser. They lost Chris Rodriguez, so getting their bruiser back, nice, and it is very nice, and it's a guy that should make the team. Next, the Chiefs. I already talked about them. I just love the value that they got at their picks. And then last, I have the Browns. I really just love all their picks. KC, Denzel Boston, Spencer Fano, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. They even filled some offensive line needs. So I really just like what the Browns did. And, you can tell Todd Monken and GM Andrew Berry do have a clear vision at what they want to build and what they want this team to become. I really just like this Browns draft. But that is my top 3 in that order: Commanders, Chiefs, Browns. That's how you're going to see all of our draft picks.
So the thing is, I should have done that. I don't know exactly what I was talking about whenever I picked for favorites.
Not gonna lie, I didn't think it was.
I didn't even educate myself on the Panthers picks.
And what's crazy, I forgot it was in order.
No, like the thing is, I should have picked exactly how I had it. The Chiefs, the Browns, and like the third team. But what did I do? Literally. I picked the Browns, the Panthers, and the Chargers.
You didn't even pick the Chiefs.
You didn't even pick the Chiefs. And what's crazy, I'm just spoil mine. I didn't even pick the Browns, and they were my draft winners.
That's what I'm saying. I literally
dude, my brain just left.
I picked the Chargers, and the.
Hey, make sure y'all comment some lowercase X's for them.
Give me some lowercase X's. I need some X's.
Just give me some slashes.
Bobby gets
give me some slashes,
lowercase X's.
Well, we just
and you get lowercase X's. Shout out lowercase X's, bro.
Anyways, what I meant to do was pick the Browns, Chiefs, and Chargers, not Browns, Panthers, and Chargers.
But you even
I don't even know that much.
Would it be biased if I put the Panthers and
we're like, no, because it's not your favorite team.
No,
for those of you that don't know,
yeah, but
obviously you can see our favorite teams below us, but we try not to pick our favorite teams or players from our favorite teams for.
Yeah, we try to say that for last,
so we can, because we're gonna talk about them at the end anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, the Panthers definitely did not educate myself that much on what y'all draft, but I know y'all drafted a solid class. I guess I'll just no. I'll do it in order. Okay, so the Browns. I definitely like what they're building here. I definitely like. Wait, let me look at the draft class real quick, so I can actually.
Just remember Fano, KC, Boston, EMW.
Yeah,
that's so what headlined that draft.
Yeah, just like those four picks alone. Yes.
God,
I don't know why I
Coleman,
just said
sheesh.
dude. Anyways,
I know.
yeah, I'm
Jonah
still
Coleman, bro.
mesmerized by the
I didn't know he
size
was
of
that
Coleman,
big.
bro. The size of Coleman is huge. Anyways, I just thought those 4 picks from the Browns and just everyone else. Let me see. They did draft a few linebacker, tight end, QB, another tight end. So yeah, I definitely like the Browns' game plan here. They did add some depth to the offensive line. They did pick up a good safety in uh, EMW, and they do have one of the best wide receivers in Boston. So I definitely like their game plan here. I love their draft. And how they traded up for all these guys. So they do have a lot of faith, and I feel like they did study the draft here. So yeah.
Unlike the
Um,
Jaguars.
Going on to the next one, have the Panthers. Yeah, they didn't really pick up how much or like who y'all picked up, but I know. Actually, no. Let me go do a little lesson and figure out
Yeah,
who y'all picked.
just go take a little look at it.
A little
You also hear us
peeping.
talk about it later, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll
if
get more
anything,
into
once we talk about it,
depth.
if you want
Right now,
if
I'm
you want to add
just
something at the end after we talk about it, you can.
like their only pick that I or wait no, y'all picked up 2 of the guys that I liked. Anyways, they picked up a big tackle in Monroe Freeling. They picked up a defensive tackle, Lee Hunter, wide receiver, and Chris Brazel the second. Wheelie, Will Lee the third.
Willie.
There's a
I
whole
like
lot of
it.
leads. Y'all picked up a
Oh,
lot of
sorry, I should have
leads.
never spelled that.
Yeah, and y'all picked up a corner, a center, and Sam Hatchet. How do you say that? Hackett,
You're close.
Hackett,
You're warm.
Hatchet, like the
It's
tool.
not Hatchet. I will say that.
Not Hatchet.
Hackett.
Heck,
Get rid of that.
it's literally just heck.
Heck. It's Heck.
It's Heck.
Yeah.
Sam
Really?
Heck.
Yeah.
The T is silent. Oh, that's
No,
tough.
you
And
kind of say the
also,
T,
No,
but
the T.
if you say it fast, you just hear heck. But
Yeah.
that's basically how it is. It's heck.
Yeah.
all right, little pronunciation lesson with all of you. Yes, and Zaki Whitley. Yeesh. Anyways, I'm just gonna stop right there. As you can see, as y'all can see, now you can see.
As you can see.
Yo, as you can see, I definitely cannot pronounce these guys' names. Well, yeah. But I like their draft class. I like that they picked up a big guy in Monroe Freeling. He's definitely a very nice young piece added to their offensive line, as they'll be probably releasing their guy in Icky, right?
No, we ain't releasing him.
That's a take. That is a take for sure.
Is it not a take
He's
that
just not gonna play.
y'all haven't been seeing that?
He's
I
just
swear, bro. Everyone's
It's
been
not
posting.
release. It's gonna it's just gonna be let him go. If anything, let him go sign where he wants to sign. But we're not gonna do that.
And also Lee Hunter. That was definitely one of the guys I thought we would trade up for, but no, the Rams didn't want to trade up for anybody. So yeah, I guess I'll take that L. I'll take it nicely, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I really like their draft class. I feel like they definitely also patched up some spots that they're missing or they're having a little boo boo on. And yeah, for the Chargers, I did realize that they picked up a lot of guys. I don't know any of their big picks because I wasn't here. It was what, day 2 whenever they started picking, or day 3?
Well, they picked.
Wait, who'd you say? What name you say?
He's talking about the Chargers.
Yeah, they picked on day 1.
They got Akeem Mesidor on day 1.
Akeem Mesidor.
Oh, they did. Right. I think that's the reason why I picked them. And plus, like, they also worked on getting the offensive lineman assistants in picking up Jake Slaughter in the center. Also offensive tackle Travis Burke, and yeah. Also helping out with their. Wait, no, they drafted a lot of offensive linemen. They drafted 2 guards, a center, a tackle.
Well,
Yeah.
Jake Slaughter can play guard, so I'm pretty sure that's what they want him to do. With how early they drafted him.
Mm-hmm. Then they also picked up a safety in Dennis Smith, and
Genesis Smith.
Oops, sorry. Seeing the D as a G. I need new glasses, guys. Anyways,
Make sure you guys comment and get
Sheesh.
new glasses.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them sometime this year.
Hashtag new glasses ain't.
New glasses ain't. That doesn't sound right.
Hashtag blind boy.
Anyways, okay. Okay, don't start that chain. Don't start that chain. Okay. Anyways, I definitely like their draft. We picked. What I'm glad is that they did do a lot of depth and offensive. They did do a lot of laughing. I mean, laughing. A lot of goodness.
Gracious.
A lot of good. Shut up. A lot of good picking in picking a lot of guards and offensive depth. And also picking an edge in Kim Mesidor, which I feel like could be another impactful player. Cause
he's older, so he should make a big impact day one.
Yeah,
That
because
should be the plan with him.
who's their edge right now?
Khalil Mack
Khalil
and
Mack.
your guy Thule.
Yeah, Khalil Mack is decently old, and Thule not too good, but he's also
No, he's good.
decently.
He's just young.
He's good.
He's just
Yeah.
young.
Dang,
Younger.
assuming a man is terrible at football is
Well,
crazy.
Don't yeah. If Thule ever sees this video, please don't come after him.
I
Go after him.
Tripod tomorrow.
But yeah, those are my top 3 picks for
Alright.
draft classes.
Well, for me, this is the order I have it in. I wish I put the Browns, but it's whatever. I still think the Chiefs. Obviously, we mentioned them earlier, getting Mansour Delane, Peter Woods. I forgot the other guys. R. Mason Thomas. I really like that pick for them. And like DJ's been saying this whole entire draft, should not be picking this high in the draft ever again. And getting these guys as high as they did was really good. Those were their top 3 picks. They got Jaden Kennedy, Cyrus Allen, Emmett Johnson. And I really do like that Garrett Nussmeier pick as you have a backup quarterback for
A young
Patrick
backup
Mahomes.
quarterback.
Or I don't know, if Patrick Mahomes doesn't return by the time the season starts, maybe he could get some snaps in. But their draft was really solid. I like this draft a lot for them. And then my next team was the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know going into the draft, they had like freaking 20,000 picks. But the way they drafted was really good. I know they started out with Maxi Hanachor, just getting a tackle to I feel like they lost someone. They lost.
Well,
Did they lose a Samoan guy,
they
Isaac
lost. Well, he's a
Tuimalu?
guard though.
Well,
But it's because of Broderick Jones' injury. Remember
yeah,
the neck
Broderick
surgery?
Jones' neck surgery.
That
So
came out of nowhere.
that'll fill a spot. They literally mentioned it on the broadcast, but I forgot. But yeah, that'll fill that void. And then getting Jeremy Bernard in the second round at 47 was a really good pick. Having another weapon with DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman, who kind of the same size. I know Jeremy Bernard's like 6. Yeah, he's like 6'1". So different play style from them, and he's a really he has really good speed. And then getting the quarterback in the third round, Drew Allar. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, maybe he'll get some play time in his rookie year. They picked my guy Dalen Everett, and I was so sick about it because I did not expect him to go as high as he did. Maybe that's a reach for some people, but I see potential in him for sure. So, we'll see when the season starts, and then Gannings Dunker. That's all I got to say to Ant. And then they got Riley Nowakowski later in the draft. I really do like that pick. He had a really good season with Indiana and Fernando Mendoza. I don't know about this Caden Wetgen guy, but he'd probably be a nice kick returner / punt returner. So we'll see what he does out there. And then the later rounds, they got Eli Heidenreich out of Navy, who's one of 2 Navy players that got selected in the later rounds. I think it was both of them got selected in the 7th round. Fun fact, it's the first time that 2 Navy players have gotten selected in the same draft. So there you go.
I didn't know that was possible. Actually, that was funny.
What?
That you were able to select out of the war.
Well,
Yeah, you could
Navy has a
relieve
football
yourself.
team.
Yeah, they have a football team. So does the Air Force and so does the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new rule is just once his career ends, whenever he retires, he just has to serve at least 5 years. That's the rule.
So
he has to serve at least 5, otherwise he gets arrested.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got to serve 5. So
he better retire young and hopefully
not even.
Well, who knows?
Injured.
No, not even. He could have a 10-year career and
No one
Well,
said
he's like
he got to
20.
be out in the field. He could be a technical guy. 5 years.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's
because
cool. That's
I
cool.
forgot how old dude is, but I think he's like 23.
Around
If
that
he
age.
plays 10 years in the league, he'll be out by 33, and he'll just do five at and be done at 38.
38. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That's a cool career from him, in my opinion.
Oh,
But yeah, that's the Pittsburgh Steelers and then the New York Jets. I'm gonna scroll down to them. I think they really had a good draft as well, getting Kenyon Sadiq at 16, and then trading up to get Omar Cooper Jr. Oh no, they got David Bailey. I forgot about David Bailey too. They literally got him at number 2, setting up the defense. And then Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper Jr. The D'Angelo Ponds pick was really good. Um, in the second round, Darnell Jackson uh, playing the DT spot, and then selecting Cade Klubnik in the fourth, back up to Geno. He'll probably get some look at quarterback. But I really do like their first 3 selections in the first round. Just being aggressive, getting the weapons you need to set up your future for that team, and hopefully they'll do good. As I see Anthony flicking for something, or looking for something, or scanning for something with his phone. But yeah,
I was checking if it was charging, but yeah.
okay. But yeah, this Jets draft was pretty solid, and yeah, I like this. I like this draft a lot. So now we're gonna get
That one was pretty
into,
underrated, actually. Yeah. Should put
yeah,
some.
it's definitely one of the slept on ones, in my opinion. But now let's get into
Oh, that
grading
could have been another topic
all
too that we could have done. But
32
it's fine.
teams draft
Yes,
yes.
classes.
It is time
sir.
to grade all 32. We have basically every player they drafted up there. We're gonna start with.
I'm gonna
Well, I
take
don't
my
know why I
glasses off
started
for
at the
this.
Ravens, but we're gonna start at the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so yeah, the Cardinals started off their draft drafting Jeremiah Love at pick 3. They got Chase Pasantes, guard from Texas A&M. They ended up drafting Carson Beck, quarterback from Miami. They got Caleb Proctor, defensive tackle from Southeastern Louisiana. Reggie Virgil, wide receiver from Texas Tech. They got Carson Sharar, linebacker from Iowa, and Jaden Williams, offensive tackle from Mississippi. This Cardinals draft was interesting, um, shall I say. There were Cardinals fans that didn't like the Jeremiah Love pick, but it's not they didn't like him because Jeremiah Love is like a reach bad player. It's just because running back isn't the biggest need, as I mentioned earlier. They have a low key loaded running back room with him, James Conner, Trey Benson, and even superstar running back Tyler Algier. So but I really like them getting Chase Pasantes. Like, all those analysts were sure that was going to be the quarterback pick, and then they took Chase Pasantes. I really like that. Sure up that offensive line for whoever your quarterback is going to be, whether it's Carson Beck, Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, or whoever they draft next year. Um, Caleb Proctor's just an undersized defensive tackle, but he did give LSU some problems this year. Um, but yeah, I really like this Cardinals draft class. I like what they prioritize as a first draft class under their new head coach and Michael LaFleur. Usually first year head coaches don't have the best draft in the league unless they're paired with a nice GM. So overall, I gave the Cardinals a B. Not the worst, not the best. It's just I factored the Jeremiah Love not being a big need into my grade, and that's why I didn't give him a higher than a B.
Are you gonna say something, Matt? No.
Well, he wanted to.
Just doing my casual, arm check. Anyways,
Stop arm
uh,
checking.
do you want to go next and introduce
Well,
the?
what's your grades? You guys
Your grade.
still say
Oh,
your grades, yeah.
my
Yeah.
bad, my bad. Let me go scroll out to the
You
tab.
gave it an A, by the way.
You
Yeah,
did give it
I'll
an
give it a solid A. I like what they do with their draft, and it's very solid. Yeah.
A. I gave him a B plus. I do think that Jeremiah Love pick was a bit controversial at the time, but I just think he's once everything gets settled, he's going to be the best player on that team. So I like that pick. Having Chase Pasantes basically fall to you is a really good pick, and then having Carson Beck, who will compete with Jacoby Brissett for the quarterback spot, will be an interesting story. I know he's a lot older now, So we'll see with that. And then I know Ant was looking at a guy like Caleb Proctor. So I gave him a B plus. I like this. I like this draft. It's pretty solid.
Okay.
All
Anthony,
right.
actually, do the
Well,
Falcons because so we can go our
oh
normal
man,
order where it's DJ Ant. Also,
I
because
wanted to read the
the
Falcons.
first guy the Falcons drafted, Ant got to say it.
Oh, you gotta have him pronounce the
No,
name.
he got to say it because where did the guy go to school?
Ah,
he's
you're right.
yeah, we have the Falcons selecting Avion Terrell, Clemson's finest, cornerback.
It don't hit.
At
It don't
pick,
hit
It's because he's supposed to say Clemson's finest, Avion Terrell.
first.
yeah.
He
Well,
wanted to wait. He ruined it.
what pick was?
Comment, you
What pick
ruined
was
it.
that? I honestly
pick don't
don't know
matter.
what pick it was.
The pick. No, I
Anyways.
only mentioned Jeremiah Love because he went 3.
Oh well, thank God it never said the pick number because holy. All right, so the next few picks we have Zachariah Zachariah Branch. Oh my God, what a wow.
Yeah, brother.
We're
And
gonna be
then,
here for
next-
a while if I let him try to pronounce that. So I just had
next
to.
we have Kendall Daniels, and then
Where's he
Ant?
from?
Ant.
And what position?
Yeah, where's Kendall Daniels from?
Like at least say their
Kendall
name
Daniels-
and position still.
Okay, fine. So Kendall Daniels is a linebacker from Oklahoma. He's a senior.
Okay,
we also
didn't have to
have,
say senior. No one
sorry.
cares about that.
And then we also have Ontario.
You had it right the second time.
Ontario Thompson, defensive tackle from Washington. He's also a senior. We also have Arnold Perkins Jr., linebacker from
Arnold?
LSU.
Who's Arnold?
Isn't that Harold?
It's Harold.
Ew, that's such an old dude's name. Harold Perkins Jr.
Arnold is even worse.
Arnold.
I mean,
Arnold is not even a name.
It's not.
It could be. I can name my child Arnold. Anyways,
What are you talking about?
Harold Perkins Jr. Perkles.
Perkles.
It's time for the percolator.
Oh my God, didn't do the okay.
I can't.
Harold Perkins Jr., linebacker from LSU. He's a junior, by the way.
Correct.
Stop with this.
And then we also
Insane.
have their final pick in Ethan
Onayenwa.
Onayewa, offensive tackle from Offensive State. Ohio State, bruh. Senior.
Offensive State. That's got to be the best college of all time.
Yeah,
I love
offensive state. Hey, if
offensive
you're an
state.
offensive player, go there. If you're a defensive
Go to
player,
offensive
don't
state.
go there.
Offensive State.
Continue on,
The Falcons had a good draft. It's just not the best. Avion Terrell, I like the storyline of pairing him with his brother, but seeing him, like, when he got introduced to the Falcons, this guy might generally be 5'8" at corner, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Like he looks
Just
very
imagine being
short.
smaller than Bryce Young.
What?
Like no, like he looks very short, and then
What do they mark him down
in a
as?
division full of tall wide receivers. Look at the Saints,
Especially
Olave
on
and
the
Jordan
Carolina
Tyson.
Panthers.
With the Panthers, Brazel, Tedero McMillan, Coker, even Leggett is tall.
Okay, we get it, bro. Your whole wide receiver room
No,
is
Jimmy Horn's small.
Jimmy Horn's like 5'9".
Jimmy Horn's small,
dang.
but
Jimmy Horn.
I really
Wow.
like the Zachariah Branch. He's not really a speedster. He's more of a run after catch type of guy where if you get him in open spaces, he can do something, but he's not a guy that's just going to come in and just burn. He's not going to come in and be a deep threat is what I'm saying. Kendall Daniels is a
In the
nice
black
pick for
red.
them, though. So overall, I gave them a B+. Not the worst draft, but they did fill some needs.
I gave him a B, solid B.
You give him B plus.
Did I give him a B+? I don't know what I gave him. I just said B+.
You gave
C+.
him a C+.
Oh, C+.
Yeesh. Yeesh.
C+ or B. I don't know. It's just Avion looks small, and
Maybe he
What
looks
do they
small on
list him
camera,
at?
but he's
Like
actually tall.
5'11"?
I thought it was
5'11", but
5'9".
yeah, I think it's like 5'9".
They list him at 5'10". 5'10"
Yeah,
and
close
3/4.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah, C+. Or B.
Daniel gets a taller receiver. Hey, head topping that.
That's all it
Chris
takes.
Anyways.
was cooking that.
I'm cooking. I'm just cooking.
Bro, Ted Hurst is about to cook that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Why does he keep doing this? Grades?
So, grades. I also I said I give them a B, solid B.
I give him C+.
You gave
I
him a C
think their
minus.
first two picks were really good.
Oh,
I don't know about the last four.
Yeah.
oh,
Harold Perkins is a project
Harold
player.
Perkins is actually so bad.
the percolator.
Well,
That's what
Bobby
he's
got
He's
the
a
good at.
first team
project
with a
player.
lot of players.
Percolator.
All
It's
right.
time for
Well,
the percolator.
this team
Hopefully
is
you
the
have the Dolphins
Baltimore
too.
Ravens. I hope I
And the
don't.
Steelers.
Holy fudge! Holy fudge and
I have to
mustard!
scroll down just to see the
God,
rest of their draft.
God,
Damn.
yeah, buddy.
Thank you, DJ, for correcting
All
the
right.
order.
I have the
I would have
Baltimore
had that.
Ravens. I have to read them off. With the first pick, they selected Vega John, guard out of Penn State. With their second pick, they picked Zion Young, edge out of Missouri. Their third pick, they picked Jacoby Lane, wide receiver out of USC. Their next pick, Elijah Surratt, wide receiver out of Indiana. With their next pick in the fourth round, they picked Matthew Hibner, tight end out of SMU. In the fifth round, they had three selections. Their first selection was Chandler Rivers, cornerback out of Duke. Their next pick was Josh Cuevas, or Cuevas, tight end out of Alabama. Their next pick was Adam Randall, running back out of Clemson. In the sixth round, they picked a punter, Ryan Eckley, out of Michigan State. Rashawn Benny is their next pick in the seventh round, defensive tackle out of Michigan. And with their final pick in the seventh round, they picked Evan Berntsen, guard out of Northwestern. So while DJ, I don't know
DJ's still
where he
here.
went.
Kara used the bathroom, so I had to turn off again.
Okay. Carolyn,
But
his
I'm here.
girlfriend, had
We
to
are
use the
back.
bathroom. DJ,
We are back. But
give
yeah,
us your grade.
the Ravens, nice draft. Vega
Really good
Ioane,
draft.
Zion Young. I know he didn't have the sack production in college, but he has the tools to be good. Jacoby Lane and Elijah Surratt. I really like those first four picks specifically for the Ravens. I gave them an A minus. It's overall just a good draft. You know, they got some good depth pieces in this draft, guys that could potentially be starters too, in Jacoby Lane and Elijah Surratt, and then obviously Vega Ioane, who's going to come in and start right away.
All right, so let me check out the grade I gave them. I gave them a A, solid A. I really like their first four picks as well. Vega Ioane with what? Why? Vega Ioane being their first, and Zion Young. I like how they prioritize protecting the quarterback and adding some extra depth to their defense. And also picking up a backup running back behind Derrick Henry and Adam Randall. Don't really know too much, but I feel like he's a solid backup. I mean, I feel like he would be a solid backup. And yeah. Also finding their other wide receiver in Jacoby Lane from USC, that would be a nice little pickup for their.
Don't forget about Elijah Surratt either.
Oh, I thought Elijah Surratt was I don't know. Whenever you first said his name, I didn't look at his position. I just thought he was like a corner, but
he's a wide receiver.
So.
But for me, I gave them an A minus. I know those last couple picks kind of just were whatever picks. The punter, they probably need a punter. To whatever pick, but they're honestly going like one first round to the fifth. Really good selections at really good values. Now that I look at it, the Matthew Hibner guy, I don't know much about him, but he'll back up Mark Andrews or probably even compete
he
with.
He might fill that Charlie
him.
Kolar role.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, Charlie Kolar did leave to the Chargers.
Lost
so
2 tight ends, yeah.
Yeah, so they got their 2 tight ends back in the draft. So maybe one of them will turn out to be Isaiah Likely. But how likely will that be? We don't know. But I do like the 2 wide receiver picks. I love Jacoby Lane and Elijah Surratt in the positions they got them in the third and fourth round. So I give this draft an A minus. It could potentially be A plus if all these players turn
especially
out
depending on how
to be
that
good.
Lower part of the draft turns out. This would definitely be like an A plus type of draft.
Right. Adam Randall could do something crazy. I don't know much about Rashawn Benny and Evan, but you never know.
It's just interesting how they picked up a punter. That's
threw me off. Those the 6th and 7th round are rounds where you pick kickers and punters. No long snappers though. Never pick a long snapper.
I would pick a long snapper actually.
Yeah, you're getting fired.
Yeah, no. Continuing on. Going to the Bills.
Chicago
I'll fill it up after.
Chicago.
Okay.
or the Bills.
The
All right.
Bills. Yes.
Next is
Buffalo Bills.
the Buffalo Bills. Whew. They drafted their draft started in the second round because they traded out of the first three times. They started with edge rusher TJ Parker from Clemson. They got Davison Igbenogson from Ohio State. He is a corner. They got Jude Bowery, offensive tackle from Boston College. Skylar Bell, wide receiver from Connecticut. Caleb Alarms or linebacker from TCU. They got Jalen Kilgore, who Bobby mentioned earlier, safety from South Carolina. Zane Durant, Penn State defensive tackle. Toriano Pride Jr., he is a corner from Missouri. Tommy Doman Jr., Florida punter. And Armaj Reed Adams, Texas A&M guard. They had a pretty nice draft. Some good value picks in obviously TJ Parker falling to you in the second, which I mentioned earlier with him with Clemson having a down year, so all their potential first round guys really fell out the first. I like Davison. Skylar Bell's a nice get for the Bills, especially. He can fill a big role. He should get some early play time because he's a different type of wide receiver than all the other Bills guys. I even like that Caleb Alarms or pick. I swear the Bills always just pick guys that the Panthers should be going for or go for as well. Like us and the Bills. Like if you look at it through the draft process, Panthers and Bills were the two teams for Jacob Rodriguez. Obviously, neither of those teams drafted him, but like when the news comes out about like players and stuff, it's always them two. Look at when guys leave the Panthers, they always go to the Bills because of what was Sean McDermott, but he's not there anymore, obviously.
The streak will end finally.
Yeah, hopefully, unless Joe Brady wants to keep it going. But yeah, I gave this Bills draft an A, just a nice solid draft. I mean a B, not an A. A nice solid draft. They filled some needs. Got an edge rusher next to Greg Rousseau in TJ Parker. Nice wide receiver compliment in Skylar Bell. They even got their punter, I guess. So the Bills filled some needs, and I gave them a B.
All right. For the Bills, looking at the draft class right now, because I only knew that they only picked up T.J. Parker, but yeah. Other than that, I give them a solid B. I really like this draft class for them. I really hoped or wished that we had gotten Skylar Bell, but it's whatever. I feel like he fits really nicely in their scheme and everything, and how they have built up that safety. I mean, built up that secondary in drafting cornerbacks and safeties. As well as a punter. I wasn't expecting a punter for the Bills, but it is what it is.
All right. I gave this class a B as well. I really do like the secondary picks that they made with Davison and Igbenogson. I need to say it correctly. Jalen Kilgore and even Toriano Pride. Just shoring up that secondary. I know they lost a couple guys this past off season, but I really do like the secondary picks that they made. Caleb Elarms Orr was a guy that we were also looking at, as DJ said earlier. Of course, I named Jalen Kilgore earlier, who I really like. And yeah, I think this is a pretty solid draft class. I was thinking about giving it a B plus, but I didn't want to seem like a reach.
All right.
I guess Oh no, that's
Oh,
Ant. Ant got to read now.
yeah. Popcorn reading and all that.
Yep.
Funny
Oh,
stuff.
it's not
Funny
popcorn.
stuff.
Popcorn reading means
It's
someone picks a random person.
randomly
Well,
selected.
We don't have enough, sadly.
I mean,
I would pick Ant every time,
selective.
by the way.
Okay, bro. So bro
I mean,
just
you
wants
could.
the.
I could get Carolyn. I could get Carolyn to read the draft class.
Okay.
Yo, little bro.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
Funny.
Yo,
funny.
mom, come read this draft class real quick.
But yeah. As I'll be reading the Bears
Chicago
draft
Bears.
class. Yes. So yeah, they have selected first, safety Dylan the enemy. Well, I mean the enemy. Sorry, not the enemy. He's not the enemy. He is a safety. And then they also select Logan Jones, center
It's
from
frozen.
Iowa. Ooh, am I?
Yeah,
I am.
it's okay.
Oh, interesting. That is not okay. Actually,
What did it say? Is he frozen?
Frozen.
Yeah, you're
I said
frozen.
his
We're watching you frozen the whole time.
So
yeah.
yeah, my
Now you're
wire's gonna have to
black,
be
so
re-unplugged.
I think
That
it's
is
because he
crazy to
connected to
say
his
out of
laptop
pocket.
camera.
No,
Chat,
cause
make sure you guys comment in X. And he is holding us back
it's
with
cause of
his technical
wire.
issues.
It's cause of wire. The wires
it's
That's
just
why
keep
definitely
you
touching each other.
need to
difficulties.
get a USB hub.
Yeah, the wires
I
are
don't know. I don't
literally
even know
on
what
top
that
of
is.
each other.
The thing that I always like hit with the honey bun
Is
and like
his
my stuff unplugged.
yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, no. Other than that technical difficulty, sorry. They also picked up center and Logan Jones, from Iowa. He's a senior. They also picked up tight end Sam Roosh, tight end from Stafford. He's a senior as well. Uh,
Tight end
they also
Sam
picked
Roosh,
up.
tight end.
Sorry, they
I
also
didn't
picked up.
I didn't Stanford.
Sorry, they also picked up Xavier Thomas, wide receiver from LSU. He's also a senior. They also picked up Malik Mohammed. He's a cornerback from Texas. He's a junior actually. And then they also picked up for the final two picks. They have Kashawn Elliott, linebacker from
As a, as
Arizona
a,
State. He's a senior. And then last but not least, they have a defensive tackle in John Van Denberg.
So what's his first name?
what's his
Oh,
first name?
Jordan Van Denberg from Georgia Georgia Tech. He's a senior. Oh yes.
Yeah, I gave this Bears draft class a B. It's nothing over the top. It's nothing too good.
It's right there.
Cheek a little itchy or your chin
right
itchy?
Yeah, yeah. You know the itch.
Yeah,
You
I
know
Like
know
a
the
it.
itch.
dog, bro.
When you
Yeah,
don't want to, when you don't want to do this, you're just like,
obviously I like their first pick in Dylan to the Enterman. If you didn't know, me and Bobby were high on him in this whole draft process. To the Panthers, but they even got a nice center in Logan Jones, Sam Roush, tight end Sam Roush, tight end from Stanford. Um,
Crazy straight
you know,
inside that one, bro.
you know what's gonna happen now,
and
man.
they traded up for
It's
Malik
forever gonna be
Muhammad. That was
carried
actually
on.
a trade with the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so it's nothing too bad, nothing too good. So it's really just a B. It's not
Yeah.
too bad to where it's in the C range, but it's not too good to where it's like a B plus. So that's why I just give it a B.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people might give us some flack for giving the same grade to the Bills, but I feel like there's a very different type of B grades that you could give.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Neither of
it's
those
the
teams are B
Bears and the
plus, but neither of
Bengals.
those teams were B minus, which is technically lower than a B.
Yeah. So
Exactly. So, I will be reading the Cincinnati Bengals next. They selected in the second round as they didn't have a first rounder because they traded it or
We
they
should have put
traded away
Dexter
to the
Lawrence on
Giants.
this graphic because he was technically their first round
Which
pick.
makes he's technically the first round pick, but Dexter Lawrence, let's just call him their first round pick. But in the second, they got Cassius Howe, edge out of Texas. I don't have his seniority or whatever, so
Senior.
um,
it
he was
literally
a
says
senior.
senior actually.
Yeah, Takario Davis, cornerback out of Washington. I'm sure he was a senior because bro was
Senior.
like 24, 25. Connor Lew, center out of Auburn.
Junior.
Colby Young, wide receiver out of Georgia.
Senior.
Thank you. Brian Parker, the second center, another center, two centers in this draft out of Duke.
Red shirt. Junior.
Jack Andrews, tight end, Texas.
Red shirt. Junior.
And the other naval pick, Landon Robinson, defensive tackle.
Junior. Senior. One of them two. Senior. Yeah. Senior.
But
Yeah. So
B?
one of those other drafts that wasn't too good to where it's B plus or A range. Just good. The Bengals filled their needs. Even that Landon Robinson pick, I was watching some highlights on him. He's good. But yeah, I like the Bengals filling needs with Cassius Howe, getting their center and Connor Lew, who won't be as good now as some of the centers that are more ready that got drafted later in the draft, but he will probably be the best center to come out of the draft. So I just give it a B.
Yeah, they just did it before. This is a very just solid draft class. Not too high, not too low. Wasn't expecting too much out of their draft class. But yeah, they definitely. It's very interesting how they got two centers. I wonder who's gonna be the one to stay, who's gonna be the one to go. But
Probably one at
yeah,
guard. Because centers you can typically move to
Yeah.
guard.
yeah. But yeah, I give them a solid B.
Yeah, I gave him B as well. Probably my favorite pick is the Takario Davis pick as um bro's like 6'4" or 6'3"
I
at the
love tall
cornerback
corners.
position. And as we all know, or as me and DJ know, our team, we like tall corners. So I was hoping he fell to us. Unfortunately he didn't. But I do like this draft class. They sure up a little bit of offensive line. Um, got a really good edge in Cassius Howe, who would have been a first round pick, but he fell to the second. So it's a really solid draft class, and that's why I give it a B.
Uh, we're on
DJ,
the
we're
Browns,
on
Yeah,
correct?
we're on the
we're on the
Browns. We're on the Browns.
Browns.
We
All
skip.
right.
Don't
We
forget we
talked ad
skip the
nauseum.
we skip the Panthers.
We skip our
Yeah.
teams.
All right.
So,
Next, I have the
oh,
Browns who got
yeah, did you
Spencer
go? My bad.
Fanal, offensive tackle from Utah. They got Casey Concepcion, wide receiver from Texas A&M. They got Denzel Boston, wide receiver from Washington. Emmanuel McNeil, Warren, safety from Toledo. They got Austin Barber, offensive tackle from Florida. Parker Brailsford, center from Alabama. Justin Jefferson, linebacker from Alabama. Joe Royer, tight end from Cincinnati. Taylor Green, quarterback, probably going to be a tight end or wide receiver though, from Arkansas. And Carson Ryan, tight end from BYU. A plus. This is really just an A plus draft. They even signed Logan Fanal, Spencer Fanal's brother, as a UDFA. So
Yeah, yeah, we
um,
talked about this class ad nauseum. So
yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
this.
A plus.
Even their
A plus
lower
all across the
picks
boards.
were good. They filled some needs, and I really just like what they did. So A plus.
Yeah,
I also give them A plus. I like what their game plan here with their draft class. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
yep.
As we're moving on to the next one, and the Cowboys.
Hey, you don't have that many people though.
I know, but I still
Yeah,
hate the
bro, it's like
Cowboys.
4 people.
Still
Hey,
hate the
we
Cowboys.
can give you the
I
Dolphins
don't.
if you want. They have like 13 draft picks.
This was the Steelers. So
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna calculate this. Okay.
who has a longer list
Okay.
of players? Steelers or Dolphins?
Mm, 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 mm,
Go ahead and start talking about Bobby's.
Ah, okay. I know who gets Miami.
Me too. I've been there.
Well, so also now we're going to popcorn reading. Okay. Anyways, yeah, as I'm gonna be reading off the list of players that the Cowboys have selected. They selected safety. What the hell? I almost said a school. Safety. Caleb Downs from Ohio State. He's a junior. Malachi Lawrence, sorry, edge from USC, senior. And we also have Jashawn, Jyshawn,
Deshaun.
Jashawn Barham.
Deshaun Barham.
Edge from Michigan. He's a senior. We also got Drew Sheldon, offensive tackle from Penn State. He's a senior. We also got Devin Moore, cornerback from Florida, senior. And we also got LT Overton, edge Overton from Alabama. He is also a senior. And we also have, last but not least, Anthony Smith, wide receiver from East Carolina, senior. Yes.
Yeah, nothing too special about this Cowboys draft class. They got some good guys though. It's really like I said. It's one of those drafts where it's not B plus good, it's not B minus bad, or C plus bad. So it's just right there at a B. I Malachi Lawrence, I watched him a lot more. I'm liking that pick a lot for the Cowboys. Obviously, Caleb Downs is gonna be a good player. Jay Barham, like I said earlier, they call him a poor man's Arvell Reese, where he has linebacker and edge rusher flexibility. So yeah, I really like this. At least those first 3 picks for the Cowboys, I give it a B. I got it.
All
It's
right.
right there.
What is it called? Like DJ said before, it's just a very, like the Goldilocks story. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's right there. So we all gave it a B all across the board. Unless Bobby
Yep.
wants to explain why he gave them a B.
No, I think BJ pretty much explained it. Caleb Downs, future. I think he's going to be a future All Pro. Malachi Lawrence could be really solid uh, starter for the Cowboys, and then as well as Jay Sean Barham. I like the LT Overton pick in the fourth. So they really bulked up on the edge position.
What do you guys think his actual name is?
Let's
You
look
guys,
it up.
you guys think his actual name is LT, or it's probably like
Probably like two
two names just connected?
Lebius Thomas Overton.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'd go by LT as
I'll
well.
go by LT
yeah.
as well.
So
But
on to the next.
it's me. I am reading the Denver Broncos.
The big
Great.
guy.
Uh, that's why I'm reading the Denver Broncos. But they selected all the way in the third round. They didn't have a first nor a second. Didn't they trade out of the second round too, or no?
I'm pretty sure they did trade out of the second round.
But they got Tyler Onyedum, defensive tackle out of Texas A&M. They got big old Jonah Coleman, running back out of Washington. They got an offensive tackle, Cage Casey God, out of Boise State. They got one of the guys I was looking at, Justin Jolly, tight end out of NC State.
It's Jolie
They got
apparently.
a
I heard when he got
Jolie.
drafted.
Yeah, it is
It
Justin
is
Jolie.
Jolie. Yeah,
It's
I was
just
like,
Justin Jolie.
it
Yeah,
is
I was
Jolie.
like, dang it, whatever.
Whole video
They
saying
had
Jolly.
three.
My fault.
Yeah,
Justin.
Justin Jolie. Sorry, I messed up your name.
Sorry.
Sorry.
My bad. My sincere
But
apologies.
they had three seventh round selections. Obviously, me and DJ's favorite one is last. He was Mr. Relevant, by the way. But Miles Scott, safety out of Illinois, Dalen Bentley, tight end out of Utah, and Mr. Relevant Red Murdoch, linebacker out of Buffalo.
Yeah, this Bills draft, obviously since they didn't oh yeah, I just read a tweet about the Bills and it made me say Bills. Let me turn Do Not Disturb so that don't happen. All right, but yeah, this Broncos draft, they didn't pick till later, but they got value in their picks. Tyler Onyedum, Jonah Coleman, that pick, that guy is huge, man. And the Panthers got to play him this year. Go ahead and don't put that game on like Sunday night. Hey, we got Lee Hunter, but they got Jonah Coleman. But yeah, it's just another B draft. I like the value, especially Tyler Onyedum. He fits that Broncos scheme fit for a D lineman with his flexibility to run a little nose, run a little three tech. So I give it a B.
I give them a B plus. Strictly because now I have more reasoning to give them a B plus because of their big selection in Coleman. I didn't realize he was that big. I thought he was low key like a little small, quick dude, but I can see him definitely being like the next Derrick Henry of the NFL. Um, y'all have the fridge, but they have a bear that's willing to pry
He don't
open
have
that
no
fridge.
nickname.
Bro is 5'8", 220. Looking like that.
Oh, he's 5'8".
He's short, but he
never
is
mind.
a
might not.
bruiser.
He might not be the bear, but he might be a cub that might is willing to pry open that fridge of y'all's. But yeah, I give them a B plus. I like how they finally got a tight end or two tight ends in Justin Jolly or Jolie and in Dalen Bentley. Along with their big big bodied but short running back. So yeah.
Yeah, I give this draft a B. Albeit they didn't have a first or a second, so this kind of gets condensed. But I do like the Tyler Onyedum pickup. I'm sure they lost somebody at DT. I forget. But also getting a really good backup running back in Jonah Coleman and then Justin Jolie. I really like that pick. And Evan Ingram's still there, right?
Evan
If
Ingram's
I'm
still there. Yeah, I think this is last
okay.
year.
Yeah, so he'll probably move up the depth chart. And then Red Murdoch, he finally got selected, thank God. So Yeah, I give this class a B.
All right. Next is the
Detroit.
Detroit Lions. And
Detroit.
they started off in the first round taking offensive tackle Blake Miller from Clemson. They traded up for defensive end Derek Moore from Michigan. They also selected Jimmy Roller from Michigan. They got Keith Abney, the second from ASU. They got Kendrick Law, wide receiver from Kentucky. Skylar Gill Howard, a defensive tackle from Texas Tech, and they got Tyree West, a defensive tackle from Tennessee. The As you can see, the Lions really went into this saying we need our right tackle and we got some defensive holes we got to fill. They got their edge rusher that should start next to Aiden Hutchinson, obviously because they lost Al Qadim Muhammad. A nice little linebacker in Jimmy Rolder. I really like that Keith Abney pick. I was close to putting him as one of my steals of the draft. But yeah, so I gave it a B plus. It does seem like, or not does, they're gonna be going the route where Penei Sewell is now gonna be a left tackle because Blake Miller is a right tackle. So yeah, I really like this Lions draft. They just filled holes that they needed. They didn't have to reach for anyone, so I give them a B plus.
I like this this Lions draft as well. I like how they picked and prioritized a lot of their defensive tackles and offensive tackles, even like a linebacker and Jimmy Rodler, Rodler, an edge to assist. Forgot his name, Hutchinson, and yeah, just give them a solid B here.
Yeah, I give him a solid B as well. I do like the Blake Miller pick. I thought they were gonna pick Monroe Freeling at 17, but
Ooh, just
luckily they
imagine.
didn't.
Ooh,
I think that would have
crazy.
been pretty good, but um, I'll mention whatever Monroe Freeling does later. But the Derek Moore pick was a really solid pick. I think they traded up for him, so that was a really good pick. Jimmy Rolder, uh, up in that linebacker group. Keith Abney was definitely a guy I was looking at early in the process. I do like that pickup, and then just getting two defensive tackles at the tail end of the draft was some really decent selection. So I give this draft class a B. They made some really good decisions here.
All right, and yeah, now going into the Packers selections of the draft, we have Brandon Cisse, cornerback from South Carolina. He's a junior. We have Chris Mc,
McClellan.
McLennan from Missouri. He's a senior.
McClellan.
We have McLennan. I can't pronounce his name correctly.
I damn near
Too
couldn't
many
pronounce it
L's.
myself.
Too many L's.
It's like
Anyways,
three
continuing
L's.
on. They also
Three
selected
L's.
Danny Dennis Sutton. That's a mouthful. Edge from Penn State, he's a senior.
I heard that it's deny.
Don't.
It's
I'm,
deny.
I'm gonna
That's what they
deny
said at the
you.
draft.
Oh, I
And
Deny
guess.
Dennis
usually,
Sutton.
in the back, they tell you how to pronounce it before you go up.
Okay, you know what? I won't deny you on that one. Okay, so his name is actually Deny Dennis Sutton, or DDS. DDS is Edge would be tough.
Ooh,
Anyways, but yeah, he's coming out of Penn State. He's a senior.
this is
We also
DDS.
have center Jagger Burton,
Jaeger?
from Kentucky.
It's not Jaeger.
Yeah,
Jaeger.
oh,
It could
you
be.
just
It really could be Jaeger.
It really could be Jaeger. He looks like a nice guy. And we also have cornerback Domini Domini Jackson. Dominic Jackson. Why was I struggling to say Dominic? Anyways, Dominic Jackson, cornerback from Alabama. He was also a senior and a kicker, which is really interesting. In Trey Smack, guess he'll be smacking some footballs into the. No,
No.
guess
not.
no. Anyways, yes, kicker
You
from Florida.
ruined
He's a senior.
Yeah.
Ruined. I like the Brandon Cisse.
I like the Brandon Cisse pick. The Chris McClellan. The other ones, I know Deny Dennis Sutton can be good. I know he got to develop quite a bit though. But it's not too much. So it's just a B minus. It's not as good as all those other ones I was giving a B though. So that is why I moved it down to a B minus.
All right. Yeah, didn't really know too much about this class. I did like their Cisse pickup and McLennan pickup, and I did hear y'all talking about the Donnie or
Deny Dennis
the
Sutton.
denied or the DDS pick.
Bro does
So
not
yeah,
want to say
I
deny.
do not want to say that, but yeah, I just
Hey,
gave them a
that's his
solid
name.
B
That's his name.
plus. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
bro. I gave this a B. Wait, B
B
minus.
minus.
I
Yeah.
gave it a B
Yeah.
minus. Yeah,
Look
it
at your
wasn't.
twinning.
It wasn't anything notable. I love that Brandon Cisse pickup though. They needed a corner bad. Um,
They did.
they got two of them actually, so
Mhm.
maybe both of them could. I hope both of them replace. Um, God, I don't even want to say their names. But for the next team I have to read about is the Houston Texans, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
You are
Yes,
very much
the
mistaken.
Houston Texans.
Just kidding.
They started off with I think everybody thought they reached here, but Keelan Rutledge, guard out of Georgia Tech, Caden McDonald in the second round, defensive tackle out of Offensive State, but he plays defense. So is it really Offensive
That's why
State?
he went in the second
Uh,
round. I get it.
Yeah.
he didn't play offense. See, there you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill both of you.
Then in the second round again, they picked Marlon Klein, tight end out of Michigan. In the fourth round, they picked Fabechi Inwaiwu.
Yep.
Inwaiwu, right?
And why will?
Uh, guard out of Oklahoma. Uh, next, they picked Wade Woodaz, linebacker out of Clemson.
What you say? Wade?
Wade
I
Woodaz.
hate
Oh.
that you unmuted just to say that and then you muted back. Like, get out of here.
Um, In the fifth, they picked Kamari Ramsey, safety out of USC. In the sixth, they picked Lewis Bond, wide receiver out of Boston College. And in the seventh, they picked Aiden Fisher, linebacker
You said
out of
Boston College? Sorry.
Indiana.
Yeah, no, this wasn't the best draft. You know, Keelan Rutledge, I know
Kenny
he might
McDonald
he might
carry.
fit what they want in their guard, but yeah, Caden McDonald really just carried. So I give it a C plus. Um, yeah, I really like the Caden McDonald fit. Marlon Klein can be good, you know, you just got to develop. I know Dalton Schultz is like 29 years old, so C
Yeah,
plus.
nothing to write home about here. Same
Uh,
thing.
yeah. I would give them a. Well, I give them a B. Sorry. I don't know why
I
they
gave
go
B
five Bs.
minus.
But yeah, I really like this. I like this draft though. Lucky. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what they'll do with this draft. So
Not gonna lie, when they picked Kamari Ramsey, I was like, why do they need more safeties?
Yeah,
they're
they
just trying to
keep
be
taking
safe.
safeties. They got Reed Blankenship.
And they literally did. And Kamari Ramsey was a guy I was looking at in the fifth round as well. And then they took him, so I was mad. But Marlon Klein, I was gonna put him for I think reach or worst pick, but after looking into it, he's more of
Worst pick is crazy.
He
a
can be he can
blocking
be a good
receiver
receiver though.
that could be. He's a
Yeah.
blocking tight end that could really work on his catching ability. So I'll give him a pass there. But other dude
We're saying
or
this, and I just know
whatever.
Nate is gonna catch some like touchdown in like overtime. It's gonna be like some 1 yard touchdown. I just know it.
And he's gonna prove us all wrong.
Not a
Crazy.
1 yard
Yeah.
touchdown ain't proving me wrong. I need to see. I need to see
More
like 300
proof.
yards this year.
I need to see like 250,
Hey,
300,
300
maybe
yards
even
will almost triple his college stats.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that's
Oh
the
yeah,
guy with
Marlon
like
Klein.
196 yards.
No, for Nate.
Oh, I was about to
Even
say.
Marlon Klein
Oh
though.
yeah, Nate did. Yeah,
Marlon
Marlon
Klein
Klein
didn't
had like
have the best receiving year,
295 in his
but
senior year. So yeah, I gave it a B minus. I think. Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right.
you did. Good
Colts.
job.
Next is the Indianapolis Colts, who had a nice draft. They started, obviously, they traded their first round pick for Sauce Gardner. They got CJ Allen, linebacker from Georgia, AJ Halsey, LSU safety, Jalen Farmer, guard from Kentucky, Bryce Boetcher, linebacker from Oregon. They got George Gums Jr., edge rusher from Florida. They got Caden Curry, edge rusher from Ohio State, Seth McGowan, running back from Kentucky, and Deion Burks, Oklahoma wide receiver. I gave this Colts draft an A, really because of those first three picks, but then even like a Caden Curry can be a nice rotational edge rusher. Deion Burks can be a nice slot wide receiver for you. So just overall, the Colts low key cooked in this draft. And yeah, I give them A.
I
Yeah,
also
this
give
is a
them
good
A. I like
draft.
their defensive pickups here with CJ Allen and AJ Halsey. Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
the double edge pickup is crazy. Sorry.
No, you're good. I give it an A minus. Now that I think about it, they did really cook. CJ Allen, AJ Halsey, um, two two really good defensive players. Deion Burks, who I thought was definitely going to be up there with the other wide receivers. Getting him in the seventh is really
I thought
good.
Deion Burks was as
DJ.
well.
Yeah, I genuinely
I
thought he was
really
like a
no, like
second,
when he
third,
got
fourth
drafted in the
rounder.
7th round, I got 3 tweets that popped up on my phone instantly. Deion Burks finally goes, "What took so long?" Like people wondering what happened behind the scenes with him.
Like I
So
genuinely thought I thought he was going to be like a third rounder. Turns out, bro was a seventh rounder, or at least got drafted in the seventh round. I hope he proves all the teams that passed up made him wait that long. Um, I hope he really has a decent career. But I think that this draft class is really solid. Now that I look at it, I like this. I like this draft class.
All right, so I guess that leaves
Jaguars.
me to read off the worst, or in our opinions, keep in mind our opinions, the worst
not just
Jag-
ours, a lot of analysts
Okay.
as well.
Everybody else's.
Literally
Okay,
everyone.
Okay. So if anyone
Everyone
were to bash
gave
us
like
in the
3
comment
teams the
section,
worst draft, and
I
Jaguars.
think, yeah, Jaguars.
Jaguars,
I got
49ers,
you.
and Rams are the ones I'm seeing a lot.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But yeah, if any Jaguars
How great
fans
did I
was to
give
come
the
at us and say
49ers?
that. Anyways, if any Jags fans was to come at us and say, we give them back,
Make sure y'all go with
you
the analysts
check
too.
yourself. Yeah, and also go check your team, bro, because what is your team doing?
Go check on James Gladstone and Liam Cohen and tell them to go to the combine.
Yeah, make sure next year that all of you and them show up to the combine. Anyways,
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna start
fans
off,
pull up too.
Go to the combine, dude.
Yeah. Anyways, starting
Buzz,
off
buzz.
the Jag. Y'all can hear that? I thought y'all can hear that. Anyways, starting off strong in the Jags draft class, we have Nate Bokike
Bird kicker.
God.
What a mouthful.
Bird
Kicker.
kicker.
Burger.
Anyways,
I'm
he's
gonna
coming
look
at
up
us-
his pronunciation, dude.
Just look up
Anyways,
what it
he's
said when
coming-
he got drafted.
Yeah. Anyways, he's a tight end coming out of Texas A&M. Next we have Albert Riggs, the defensive tackle coming from Texas A&M, and the next we have the best pick that they've picked in Emmanuel Pregdon. I don't understand how he fell so far, at this age, but props to y'all for picking up the old
Yeah, that
team,
makes sense.
the old guard, Berkshire. Okay.
Yeah.
And then next they picked up safety Jalen Husky from Maryland. He's a senior. And then the next one they picked Wesley Williams, edge from Duke. He's a redshirt junior. Next they picked up Tanner Koziel, tight end from Houston. And then after that they picked Josh Cameron. Oh my gosh, Cameron, wide receiver from Baylor. And then next they have C.J. Williams, wide receiver from Stanford.
Yeah.
And then, okay. And then for the last 2 picks, they have picked up edge Zach Durfee.
Yep.
Yeah, Durfee. From Washington, and linebacker Parker Hughes from Middle Tennessee State. Oh
D.
my gosh.
It's not an F, but this draft is a D. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Emmanuel Pregnon carried.
Yeah, he carried hard.
Heavy.
Who is Parker Hughes from Middle Tennessee?
I'm just gonna say this. I feel like a lot of picks are upside picks.
Yeah, which them making the playoffs last year, I don't think they should be picking for upside now.
They need to pick for
Winning.
Downside.
winning picks.
Win.
Wow, Wesley Williams. Yeah, not much to say here.
Yeah.
I have the Chiefs. I can just read off the Chiefs. Our second A plus. All of us gave them an A plus, but I will still read off their draft. They had 2 first-round selections. They picked Mansour Delane at 6 and Peter Woods at 29. Then in the second round, they selected R. Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma. Jaden Kennedy in the 4th, cornerback out of Oregon. In the 5th round, Emmett Johnson, running back out of Nebraska. Again in the 5th round, they picked Cyrus Allen, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. And the seventh round, they picked their backup quarterback Garrett Nussmeier from LSU.
Such a tough pick for the final pick, bro. I like that.
Who,
Yeah, no, like
yep,
Bobby said, this is our A plus, our one of our A plus drafts.
Literally one of the
Yeah,
easiest A pluses.
the
So
Chiefs had a very good draft. All guys that can come in and make some plays for them. Even Cyrus Allen in the fifth. Um, I know he's smaller and skinnier, but that's what the Chiefs like. Loki, they don't like the big bulky tall wide
yeah,
receivers. They want
they
the
like
small
those
guys that's
speedsters.
gonna get yards after catch. So, yeah, A plus.
Mm-mm. Solid, solid, solid. Yep, A plus all across the board. Okay.
As next, I have the Las Vegas Raiders, who obviously started off the number one pick being Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana. I got they got Traden Stukes, safety from Arizona,
Like the
Keyron
tackling
Crawford,
duty.
edge rusher from Auburn, Trey Zune the third, center from Texas A&M. They ended up trading. They traded up to the first pick of the fourth round to go steal Jamon McCoy, cornerback from Tennessee. They got Mike Washington, running back from Arkansas. Dalton Johnson, safety from Arizona. They got Hezekiah Masses, cornerback from California. Malik Benson, wide receiver from Oregon, and they got Brandon Cleveland, a defensive tackle from NC State. This is an A draft. I just like what the Raiders did. I wish they went a little more heavy on a wide receiver for Fernando Mendoza because right now his first year wide receivers are looking like Dante Thornton, Jalen Naylor, and like Jack Beck. Like
Yeesh.
like that's not looking like
who was a second round pick?
he
Was he
was, but that was different different coaching staff by the way. So who
very
knows if
much?
they actually value him. So I wish if they addressed a wide receiver need at all, whether it was getting Elijah Surratt, getting Denzel Boston in the second, A plus right away. But I still like this Raiders draft. I'm not downplaying it because they didn't get a wide receiver. I'm just saying I wish I would have made this draft even better. But I give it an
Uh, yeah. I also gave it an A. I wish they, yeah. After seeing this draft class, I wish they gave Mendoza a better weapon, but it looks like they just have they just have what's his name?
Man,
I forgot the tight end's name.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. It looks like they just have Brock Bowers as like their main option. So yeah, I just give them a solid A. But I like what they're doing here, so yeah.
Yeah, all these defensive selections, Traden Stukes, Jermon McCoy, who fell because of his injury, Dalton Johnson, Hezekiah Masses. I like all their defensive picks. I don't know much about Keyron Crawford. I'll probably educate myself more on him, but this is definitely a draft. Jermon McCoy kind of just falling in your lap and trading up for him in the fourth definitely helps your draft class, and then getting a backup running back, Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas. I don't know why he's doing this. I think he wants me to go away. But yeah, this is
I saw
a
Ant
draft.
put his hand down. He keeps testing his arm.
No, I was actually gonna ask a
Oh,
question.
you
I was
actually have
like,
a question?
I was gonna say, is trading because they traded from Jamal McCoy, right?
They traded up for
Yes, they
him. They
traded.
traded a seventh
Yeah,
round pick next year. If he turns to anything good, that's a steal.
yeah.
Oh, so that would have been a sneak. Yeah,
No,
that would have been a nice
well,
Any
sneak.
and
we
any
couldn't
team
put
could
him
have
as a
did it
steal of the
too.
draft because he was an obvious one.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah. No.
But yeah, moving
Who?
on.
And the team that you talked about earlier.
Yes, 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 yes. Literally one of my favorite draft teams. The Chargers. All right, so we're gonna start off strong by selecting Akeem Mesidor, an edge from Miami, and then we go next to a center, in Jake Slaughter, in coming out of Florida, and then after that we go to wide receiver Brennan Thompson, coming out of Mississippi State, and then after that we go back to offensive line and Travis Burke, coming out of Memphis, and then we go back to defense and we select Genesis Smith from Arizona. Then we stay on defense, and pick Nick Barnett from South Carolina, and then we go back to offensive line and pick up Logan Taylor and Axe Alex Harley, both from Oregon is Harley's from. Oh my gosh. Should never mix this up. But
Harkey.
Harley.
You messed
Harkey.
yourself up by how you were describing, like how you
Ew.
kept saying back to offense, back to defense. You messed
Yeah,
yourself up by
my
saying
bad.
that. I can
I thought it
tell.
was Harley, but Harkey's a crazy name. Okay, yeah. Alex Harkey's is a guard from Oregon, and then Logan Taylor is a guard from South Carolina. So yeah. We'll start this off by saying I give them a B.
And it was your favorite draft?
I mean, doesn't mean it was a very good, highly graded draft. It was a solid draft. They went into depth by picking up 2 guards, a wide receiver, some defensive pieces. So can't really get
Yeah, I like
mad.
this draft too. Akeem Mesidor is a 1 now pick. Brendan Thompson is a really good selection. Genesis Smith, I liked him too. And then just making sure they had 4 offensive lineman selections. So definitely having some more depth there helps. I gave it a B as well.
Yeah, same.
All right.
Oh,
Next one, we go to lid. Ooh. you wanna go for it? Or?
I got it. Definitely not gonna go crazy.
Yo. Someone go check them there.
I have the Miami Dolphins.
Someone gonna grab their sip
Now,
here.
I calculated and I was completely wrong. I had to read them because we skipped the Rams.
Yeah, did you count the
who
Rams
were-
and you thought it was me? That's why I smiled, because I was like, he thinks it's me.
Yeah, whatever, dude. They had 2 first-round selections, one that they traded into with the 49ers. The first one they did was Caden Proctor, offensive tackle out of Alabama. The second was Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State. Then they got a steal in the second. Well, not much of a steal, but I wanted him to be a Panther. Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker out of Texas Tech, and then his fellow teammate Caleb Douglas on the offensive side, wide receiver out of Texas Tech. And then they picked tight end Will Kakmerick, tight end. Oh my God, I did the Anthony out of offensive state. A steal, in my opinion, Chris Bell, wide receiver out of Louisville. Trey Moore, linebacker out of Texas. Kyle Lewis, linebacker out of Pittsburgh. Michael Taff, safety out of Texas. Kevin Coleman Jr., wide receiver out of Missouri. Seydou Traore, who's French, but he was born in England, out of Mississippi State. I think, did I say his position? He's a tight end, if I didn't say it. Another Texas player, DJ Campbell, guard, and Max Llewellyn, edge out of Iowa. That wasn't too bad.
That wasn't
I
too
enjoyed
bad.
my time reading all those guys.
You made
I
it
know.
sound like it was like 20 people.
Well, it's the most.
I thought the Steelers
Yeah.
had the most.
No.
Dolphins ended up making
They
trades,
traded.
which got them more picks.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which
overall,
that's why I kind of gave this a B plus draft.
yeah, I gave it a B. You know, there's some of the guys that I feel like Caden Proctor is still not was the best offensive lineman they could have taken. That's one of those for the future if he can develop. Hopefully they can. Otherwise, that's gonna be a bad pick to start off the new regime. But I like the Chris Bell pick, like Bobby said. I even like the Kyle Lewis pick, linebacker or safety. Probably gonna be a safety in Miami, but yeah, overall it's a B draft. I think Caden Proctor brings it down a little bit just because he's not a proven tackle at pick 12. You don't want to be drafting a tackle for what he can become. You want to draft tackles or even offensive linemen in general for what they are. So I give it a B.
right. I do agree with DJ. Proctor's not really much of a good tackle, but he definitely has to work for it. But yeah, I feel like they could have definitely traded up, but it's whatever. I do like
They could have traded back.
They did.
More back.
They traded back a pick.
They did.
If I was them, I'd rather them just take Caleb Downs. Because if you look at the value that they got from the Cowboys, they didn't get that much for trading back a pick.
Right.
Nope.
Wow. But yeah, I do like the fact that they picked up Chris Bell and Chris Johnson. From what I remember, Chris Johnson's a pretty good cornerback, so I do like that pick. But after all these picks have been said, I'd just give them a solid B.
Yeah, I give them B plus just off the fact that they were able to get all these picks and kind of. This is definitely going to be an experimental draft, or a draft class to see who's going to stand out. There's a lot of positions that are open, so this is going to be a very competitive draft class. I think their top three picks, even going down, their top 7, 8 picks are really good. Um, so I gave them a B plus just off the fact that they were able to trade for some of these guys, trade up for some of these guys, and make a competition out of it. And I'm pretty excited to see what the Dolphins could do.
All right.
The
The
Vikings.
next team is the Minnesota Vikings. They started off their draft getting Caleb Banks, defensive tackle from Florida. They got Jake Golday, linebacker from Cincinnati. Dominic Orange, defensive tackle from Iowa State. Caleb Tiernan, offensive tackle from Northwestern. Jacoby Thomas, safety from Miami. Max Bredesen, fullback from Michigan. Charles Demings, cornerback from Stephen F. Austin State. And they got Damon Claiborne, running back from Wake Forest, and Gavin Gerhardt from Cincinnati. He is a center.
So you're telling me the Vikings picked the only fullback in this class?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the difference between the fullback and the running back?
Fullback blocker, really? You're not like
Why?
you know Kyle Juszczyk with the 49ers?
Yeah.
That he's a fullback. He's not a running back.
Yeah.
So they just picked up.
But he's a very versatile
Is
fullback.
like a small tight end, basically.
Yeah.
Small tight end, so you can hand the ball to him, but you don't. No one prefers that.
Right.
Interesting pickup though. Then to pick up a fullback.
Yeah.
The Vikings have always been that team that picks a fullback.
Yeah, I give it a B minus though. I like their picks. I feel like Caleb Banks, that his injury brings it down for me. Obviously, they believe he can be healthy, but the outside world, we don't know if he's healthy, and like how his foot is. Me and Bobby said it each time we talk about Caleb Banks. Big guys with foot injuries, even lower leg injuries, are just not the best. They're scary because you don't know how their weight is gonna react to it. Like if they're gonna be able to put a lot of weight on it for a while, if they got to build back up that strength. So literally, just his injury is what brings it down from a B to a B minus for me. Yeah, I like Damon Claiborne. He fits perfectly. When I was looking at him, I was like, obviously Panthers won't draft him, but I was like, Vikings are the type of team that can go get him just for his skill set, and they got him in the 6th round. So I give the Vikings a B minus.
Yeah, I didn't know about the injury with
and that's to their first round
Caleb
pick.
Banks.
If it was to like a 5th round pick, I wouldn't have been mentioning it, but that's their first round pick.
Especially with them picking a fullback is a really interesting pick.
Hey, you don't like that fullback pick, huh?
It's just interesting. You don't usually hear fullbacks get drafted.
Yeah.
Plus in the 5th round.
Yeah, why in the?
That's a pretty high pick. That's like picking a long snapper.
That's the pick we traded to them for Lee Hunter.
I should have gave them a B minus with all of that, but I didn't know any of that. I low-key thought a fullback was basically a bigger running back, but now that I know that
it can be. It can be.
But you're not handing the ball off to them 15 times a game like you are to a running back.
No. So, yeah, that grade definitely falls down to a B minus.
Dang. Yeah, I give him a B minus. The Caleb Banks injury concern is definitely there. I love the Jake Golday pick, Dominique Orange, even Caleb Tiernan. He's a giant. That's all I got. Jacoby Thomas.
Your only words about Caleb Tiernan every time? If you were a commentator, is that what you would say too?
He's a giant. That's all I got. Yeah, the fullback pick is very, very, very interesting. And then Charles Deming on the graphic, you see it, he's just staring into your soul.
Clip it, chat. Ka-ching.
Yeah, I do like this Damon Claiborne pick though. This Damon Claiborne pick, I won't be surprised. He's gonna be a very underrated running back in this league. So just look out for him. Please,
Aaron Jones was almost cut, so he could take Aaron Jones' job easily.
Come on, Damon Claiborne. I need you to be good. Wake Forest. Come on now. I need you to be good.
But yeah, before we go on to the next team, I do also like the Jake Golday pick. I wish we traded up for him, but no, the Rams wanted to be.
We're gonna get to another linebacker soon. That and also wishes his team traded up for. But
Anyway,
we'll get to him when we get to him.
uh,
Mr. Krabs.
I don't understand, bro. Like, why do we have to be a futuristic team? Why can't we be a team for now? Anyways, on to the next team. Anyways, we have America's team. Well, what I thought was America's team originally, and the Patriots. But it turns out
America's
that the
team?
Cowboys. America's team is the Cowboys. Right?
The last name on this list is.
Oh, hey, all of you.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
See, and I don't have to.
Ant's gonna mess up a couple of these names. Yo. Besides the first one? Oh no. Here we
Oh
go.
my God.
All
The
right.
6th rounder? Both 6 rounders? The 5th rounder?
Bro, even the second rounder, he's gonna say wrong.
All right, chat. Warm up your ears because I warned you. Anyways, yes, for the Patriots, we start off strong by picking Caleb Lomu. I was trying to mimic his little dance that he did on the little, yeah.
I can't.
They're really trusting Drake May's life behind Caleb Lomu and Will Campbell. Interesting
Don't
picks.
have that game, Caleb Lomu.
Please don't.
Buddy, you're
Because
about to
then
be
you're gonna
flamed.
become the next Falele. You're gonna be out of here. Anyways, for the next pick, they have Gabe Jacas.
Nope, it's Akis. Actually,
Oh.
Jay Silent.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
Gabe Akis.
Should have prepped my nerves here because
He's being real.
I know.
He's being for real.
He's actually silent.
I know. Well, Chip Akas, Gabe Akas coming out of he's an edge
Why
coming
you
out of
adding in a
Illinois.
little accent, bro? Just say it normally.
Gabe Akas. Gabe Akas coming. Anyways, just okay, fine. Gabe Akas coming out of he's an edge coming out of Illinois. And then next we have Eli Roar.
Oh my!
Roar.
Eli Roar.
Rodion. Eli Rodion.
Where are you
No.
getting the E?
Eli Rodion.
Eli Raradon?
Rodion.
Ramadan.
Where are you getting that Radion?
He's getting the I from the I.
Oh no, because I thought the I was between the D and the O.
No.
So what is it again?
It's Raradon.
It's
Ramadan. Okay, anyways. Yes, he's a tight end from Notre Dame. And next we have Karan. I hate both of you. Prunty. From
Prunty?
Wake Forest. Huh?
Yeah, Prunty, you're right.
Okay. Karan Prunty from Wake Forest is a cornerback. And then next we have Demetrius. Demetrius?
Demetrius.
It's Demetrius.
Cow-Nover. Cronover.
Cow?
My bad. I thought the R was silent, actually.
Why do you think letters are
Crow.
silent?
I don't know. Cronover.
Yeah.
Demetrius Cronover. He's an offensive tackle from Texas A&M. Next, we have Namdi.
Yep.
Namdi Obai Azor.
Now put it together. Yep.
There you go.
Namdi Obai Azor.
Yep.
Yeah,
Linebacker from
yeah.
TCU. And then next, we have Brevin
Wow.
Morton from
I don't even know how to
quarterback
say
from
I
that.
don't know how to
Texas
say his name
Tech-
either.
From Texas Tech. Yeah.
Behrin.
Behrin.
Anyways.
Probably
Then
Behrin.
for the last two picks, we have Jam Miller. Get it? Looks like he was stuck in it. No, I'm just kidding. Jam Miller from it's running back from Alabama, and
Well, you hate how this is actually a name?
like this is for real, right?
It's a
This
name.
is an AI. Quintavious Hitchinsons.
Hitchinson.
Where'd you get the Hitchinson?
I don't know where I
Where'd
got the
you get
Suns
I
from.
in Hitch?
Quintavious Hitchens.
It's Hutchins, bro.
Hutchins.
Like
Quintavious Hutchins. Hitchens. No, it's
Yeah,
Hutchins. It's the U.
Yes. Trying to find out how to say this name.
It's Edge from Boston College.
Yeah, I just give this draft a B. Not too pretty, not too ugly. It's one of those ones like the Bills draft, as I was saying earlier.
This one a D.
I like the picks. Like Eli,
It's
the tight
definitely
end from
a draft.
Notre Dame can be good.
full
He's
of
probably
names,
going to be
bro.
their starting tight end in a couple years because obviously Hunter Henry's old. Austin Hooper's gone. They don't really have a tight end.
I don't know if Hunter Henry was old. Thought he was.
No, he's
decently
a
young.
bit older. So, yeah, I just give it a B. I like their picks. It's just now will these guys pan out? That's all it is.
Yeah. Should have given them a D for the name pronunciation. Cause oh my gosh, I really thought I was
We'll
gonna
give you an
struggle on the
F
last
for it.
one. I really thought I was gonna
I,
give you. I really thought
It's
I was
because
gonna
you've
struggle on
heard
the
we'll
of
last
keep
one.
Quintavious
the
before.
letter grade.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon for putting Contavious whenever we would have a sub in history. I mean, yeah,
That's the only. Yeah, shout out Brandon.
that's the only way. That's the only way.
Quantavious.
Uh, but yeah, I also give them a solid B. Especially after saying all these names, they deserve a B. Yeah, it's just solid. I don't know any of these guys anyways, so yeah, can't really hate it, love it. Yeah, but
Yeah, this
yeah,
is definitely a draft class that is pretty solid on the surface. I hope Gabe Yakus. He was definitely a story to look at. Um, I hope he turns out pretty good. I give him a B
Gabe Yakas,
for Ba.
Yakas Dakas,
All right, I have
Yakas
the New Orleans
Dakas,
B for
Saints,
Ba.
and
I heard
yes,
that.
B for Ba.
bro.
Let's read off the New Orleans Saints with their first pick. They took Jordan Tyson, wide receiver at ASU. In the second round, they took Christian Miller, defensive tackle out of Georgia. They also took a fellow Georgia teammate of his, Oscar Delp. He's a tight end. Jeremiah Wright, guard from Auburn. Bryce Lane, who is Bryce Lane. Bryce Lance. Sheesh.
Bro, no, when I looked him up, I
Wide
put Bryce Lane too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know
Really?
why. Yeah. When I looked him up, I looked at Bryce Lane and I was like, what? I was like, who is this? I was like, this
Yeah.
isn't the guy. And then I was like, oh, I forgot to
Yeah.
see.
Bryce
Oh,
Lance,
they selected. Oh, I see.
wide receiver out of North Dakota State. And then they took Lorenzo Styles Jr., safety out of Offensive State. Uh, Bararin, Bararin,
Barbarian.
Baron,
Barn, Baron,
Bararin,
Barbarian.
Baron, Barian,
Is
Baron,
this
Bararin.
Baron
Where did I
Brown,
get
huh?
Where did I get
Barn.
that? I'm
is
sounding
this
like
the
Ant.
guy I'm referring to?
Barian Brown, wide receiver out of LSU, and T.J. Hall, cornerback out of Iowa. I'd say
Yeah.
their first like 3 picks are really good.
Oh, this is the
4,
guy. I've heard of him before. Barian Brown.
Barian Brown.
He was in college football 26. He was overpowered with Kentucky though. Um, yeah. I had to see if he was the right guy. Yeah, I give the Saints an A minus. I really like the pieces that they filled through this draft. Obviously they got we mentioned Oscar Delp earlier, who can really be a good tight end. He has the blocking. He could be a good wide receiver. Christian Miller. First he keeps popping up on my TikTok for you page, him dancing with his sister. I need this guy to get off my for you page. He's an ain't, so I gotta block him. Jordan Tyson, even Bryce Lance can be a nice little deep threat type of wide receiver. Learns those styles if he can add any type of development. And I'm gonna add this to the draft class because they technically traded a pick for him in the draft. Former first round pick, forgot his name already, but he was with the Raiders. He had long arms, is all I know. Number 9.
Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, I had the Tyree, and then it just went out my head. I just remember last name was Wilson at first. But yeah, they did trade for him in the middle of the draft. I'm not adding that to my grade. It's just, you know, um, I'm just gonna mention this trade now. I like it for the Saints because look what they did with Chase Young. They kind of resurrected his career, and now you can kind of see them doing it with that they're gonna try and do it with Tyree Wilson. So I give the Saints an A minus.
I guess it's a B plus. I totally forgot the reasoning of why I gave them a B plus. But I do really like the Jordan Tyson pick. I feel like they definitely found their wide receiver one, or just a dominant wide receiver if Chris Olave were to get injured. Um, I do like their pickups in Oscar Delp and well, just Oscar Delp. I don't really know too much about everyone else, but yeah.
I'll send y'all Christian Miller's TikTok.
Yeah.
Please
no.
I don't.
Please
God.
no.
On my
No,
page.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm
I gave the Saints a B plus as well. The Jordan Tyson pick, I will credit myself for that, for always giving them giving him to the Saints. The Christian Miller pick is definitely an underrated pick. He kind of flew under the radar. Going in the second. The Oscar Delp pick is a phenomenal pick. Bryce Lance is an underrated wide receiver, as well as Lorenzo Styles. Hopefully, he could get some really good development there, as they have a history of having some really good safeties there, and then Barian Brown. I guess he's a college football 26 legend. So yeah.
All right, that brings
I
up the
did,
next
nope,
team
nope, I read
is the New York Football Giants. They start off with linebacker, edge rusher, Arvell Reese from Offensive State. They got Francis Mauigoa, offensive tackle from Miami. Colin Hood, cornerback from Tennessee. Malachi Fields, wide receiver from Notre Dame. Bobby Jamison Travis, defensive tackle from Auburn. J.C. Davis, offensive tackle from Illinois. And Jack Kelly, a linebacker from BYU.
Wait,
Um,
they got Jack Kelly?
Yes, they got Jack Kelly. He's the number 17 guy on the draft
No.
pick. Yeah,
Oh
they got Jack Kelly.
my.
It's not too much. That Arvell piece really brings up their draft because he just fell right in your lap. I know fans are like, oh, if they really want him as edge rusher and you're taking a rotational edge at 4 or at 5, that's not good. But I just like their overall draft. Colton Hood at 37 is good value. Um, Malachi Fields at 74 is great value as well. So uh, I gave the Giants an A.
All right.
Give him A.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think we
good.
all did.
Yeah.
A's
A's
across,
across the
A's all
board.
across the board. But yeah, I really like their big defense and offensive pickups in Maui Noah and Reese, as well as with Hood and Malachi Fields, one of the other guys I wanted the Rams to pick up, but you know, they want to trade up. So yeah, gave them a solid A.
Yeah, I give him an A. The Arvell Reese pick, definitely a good pick, especially falling to him or him falling to them at 5. Maui Noah probably, I know for now got picked ahead of him. So, but both of them are really good. He should be a really good offensive tackle for them. Colton Hood, an absolute steal there in the second. Him falling to you in the second, and Malachi Fields, tall wide receiver with pretty good amount of speed. Yeah, I like their first 4 picks. Jack Kelly though, I wish he was a Panther. But we got Kuwatch.
Yep, and now going into the Jets with their picks. Starting off strong with the edge from Texas Tech, David Bailey. Tight end, Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. OCJ, wide receiver from Indiana, Omar Cooper Jr. Cornerback, D'Angelo Pons from Indiana. Defensive tackle, Dar- Daryl Jackson Jr. Coming from Florida State. Quarterback, Caden Kubiak from Clemson. And then guard, Anez Cooper from Miami. And then last but not least, they picked up a safety in VJ Payne from Kansas State. But also
Oh,
finally,
nothing.
I
We're
missed the joke.
y'all were just looking at Christian Miller's. I just
Yeah,
tipped up.
please don't send that
Those
to me.
notifications, those 3
Oh,
notifications you heard, they're already sent.
he sent it all right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like go blind for
No,
24
okay, because
hours.
I was okay when one popped up. I was like, okay, Christian Miller's kind of tough. I was like, he's dancing a little bit, and then next thing you know, I scroll 5 more videos. He's back. I scroll 2
So what?
videos, then he's back. He just
He's
took
like
over my For You page.
the Juju Smith-Schuster of
No,
the
he doesn't
NFL now.
dance that much. Those are his only 3 dance
Oh,
videos,
okay, okay, thank God, because.
but I sent them to you because I had to see them.
But isn't it? Is it really that bad that you had to
It's
send
not
it?
bad.
It's not
But it's
bad.
just because I was
It's
talking
just
about it, I had to
annoying.
send it.
It's a nuisance.
See,
Yeah.
but then now it's gonna be affecting my FIP.
No, it's
My
not because
FIP.
I downloaded the video and I sent it, so you can actually watch
Well,
it.
you never know. Instagram could, magically.
I don't know if he
pop up.
posts these same videos on. I don't know. I think Instagram is his more, personal page. But yeah. No, I gave the Jets an A. I really like their draft class. Their 3 first-round picks. We talked about those multiple times. And David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq, and Omar Cooper Jr. Even like D'Angelo Pons. Kate Klubnik saying that he wanted them to draft him. That he woke up saying he hopes the Jets draft him and stuff. So he was just hoping he woke up and then went to a team that he can potentially get some PT on. But yeah, I give the Jets draft class an A. They found some value, trading up for guys if they had to and stuff. But I give it A.
Would it have been crazy to give them an A plus or no?
No,
Because I was gonna put them as an
I
A
was
plus
tempted to
team.
trust
I was tempted as well. I just didn't want
Because
to give out
like
too many,
I was looking. Well,
even
we
though I
didn't
only.
really give
because
out
I
any.
think okay, Jets were. I think it was either the Jets or the Giants. I was about to
Mhm.
have 4 A pluses, but I was
I
like,
couldn't have
I
4.
can't. I can't do it.
I think
At
we're all
least
at
3.
3 right now, no?
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I would have given them an A plus. I just really like their draft class. I'm not too sure about Kubiak and how good of a quarterback he is, but I
Kubiak.
feel like
Kubiak?
that's his name, right? Kubiak,
No,
Kate
Klubnik.
Kubiak.
Klubnik.
So I said
I know
Kubiak.
you said Kubiak.
Anyways, Klubnik. I
I
don't
smiled when you said it.
really know anything about uh, Klubnik coming from Clemson, but he looks like a solid QB. Um, yeah, I like this draft class. I like everyone on here. So definitely want to give them an A plus, but I didn't want to seem too crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
give them a
I
solid A.
I really wanted to give this class an A plus just off their first 4, and even the rest of the draft class is really solid. But I give him an A here. David Bailey, of course, just a dog. Kenny Sadiq, Omar Cooper, really good picks in the middle and last picks of the first round, and then D'Angelo Pawns. Dang, I said that weird. Getting him in the second was really solid too. So A plus.
All right.
Eagles. What did that woman say? EAGELS.
I think so.
Egels or
Egels,
something like
Egels.
that. Egels. Dang. I was about to say they had a crazy long draft class too, but
At least you
in
have
the
Eagles.
wait, I was no you
No,
me.
I'm saying at least you have them because look at the next team.
Um. So you know something crazy?
What?
I've been hearing from my TikTok especially that this draft class is apparently the finest draft class of men. Um, yeah,
Like when
just
it comes
want
to
to toss it in.
looks?
Yeah, so
Interesting.
interesting.
Interesting. With their first pick in the first round, they picked Makai Lemon, who basically fell to them. Wide receiver out of USC. In the second, they picked Eli Stowers, tight end out of Vanderbilt, who I mentioned earlier. In the third, they picked big old Markel Bell, offensive tackle out of Miami. In the fifth, they picked up, they drafted their backup quarterback, Cole Payton from North Dakota State, another North Dakota State guy. Interesting. Uh, in the sixth, they drafted Michael Morris, guard out of Georgia. And then they had 7th round picks. The first they used on Cole Wisniewski, safety out of Texas Tech. A project player, Uwar Bernard, from the NFL. Wait,
IPP
what's the specific name? IPP,
International
International
pathway.
Player Pathway,
pathway.
something.
Yeah, International Player
Something.
Pathway Program.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
so
my
that's what it's called,
God.
IPP.
Well,
International
the
Player
last P
Pathway Program.
doesn't matter, but
Uh,
oh, that
And
that's how the
then
Eagles got Mailata, right?
yeah, because
yeah,
he came from
Yeah,
Australia
he
rugby.
was the
Yeah,
same thing. And then with their
awesome.
last
they see
selection, they picked
something.
Keyshawn James Newby, edge out of New Mexico.
Would he also be a part of the
No, he's
IPP?
not an IPP.
No,
He went to
ow, my
college.
shoulder.
Oh yeah, I hate how this draft. The last two picks were coming from us.
I don't.
Did they?
It literally
It did.
says,
They
Yeah,
yeah,
it
did.
does.
Man,
trade.
Bro, look at the Micah Norris pick. That was traded to y'all twice.
Was it?
literally. The Texans traded it to y'all, then y'all traded it to the Titans, then the Titans traded it back to y'all, then y'all gave it to the Eagles. Y'all really did not want that pick, bro.
Damn, bro. Dude,
Yeah,
and then if this guy becomes good, bro,
I like this Eagles draft.
that's neat, bro.
It's good. I give it a B plus. I like the Makai Lemon. He's just small. He's like 5'10", and
Short A,
under 200 pounds.
small
They
A.
definitely drafted him because AJ Brown will be on the move. Eli Stowers, obviously, the Dallas Goddard replacement. Markel Bell, nice, tall offensive lineman. Eagles love them. They love developing their offensive linemen. So even Cole Payton, quarterback from North Dakota State, we'll see. They drafted him in the fifth, so it seems like they really like him. They just have a pretty interesting quarterback room with Jalen Hurts. Obviously, Andy Dalton's there. They'll probably just cut Andy Dalton.
Yuck.
They even have what was the guy
The
that
adult.
they're asking for for a second round pick for? What is the quarterback's name?
Huh?
They're asking for a second round pick for one of their backup quarterbacks. Oh, what is his name? What did he go to? Illinois? Syracuse? I think he went to. Now I have to find out this guy's name.
I'm gonna look him up.
Let's see who can type faster.
I'm on my phone.
Tanner McKee?
Yeah, it's Tanner McKee. Yeah, they asked for a second round pick for him.
Tanner. I always like the name Tanner.
For what?
Yeah.
For why?
Such a nice
Because
little name.
the Eagles believe he can be good, and they want the NFL to know that, so they want a second round pick out of him. They better stop. If Howie Roseman called a team, I hope they hang up and block his number.
Think of it, block his number is insane work.
Don't
I
say
would-
I want a second round pick for my third string quarterback. Get out of here. But yeah, overall, I like this Eagles draft. It's a lot of developmental guys towards the end, so and they're not really in win now mode. But obviously,
No.
if these guys do develop and become good, then this becomes a great draft class. But for now, I give it a B plus. Nothing too bad. Yeah, B plus.
Yeah,
give it
it's
A
giving me
minus.
solid A. I think, this draft class, definitely not a win now draft class, but, it's very developmental. I like Makai Lemon. I actually miss Makai Lemon. I wish he.
You
wish we
miss him
actually-
Miss,
like he was
like
on
you
the
ever
team?
had him.
I know, but he was strongly.
You missed the thought of having
Yeah,
Makai
that's the
Lemon.
thought of having him. It's like, it's like he ran away to another dude. Anyways,
That's gay. That's so gay.
Talking about my favorite future player that would have been him, but
Yeah,
he would have been the
wanna
next
play
like Puka
Simpson.
person. But yeah, no, we decided to bank on Simpson time. But yeah, I give him a solid A.
Yeah, I give
Like
him my
this
A
draft
minus
class.
here. The Makai Lemon trade, solid at the place you were gonna get him. Yeah, he's a bit on the smaller side, but I bet he'll figure it out. I love the Eli Stowers pick. Markel Bell pick is really good, and then Uwar Bernard, who's like 309, but he's built like a freaking boulder, like strong
boulder?
as a ox, probably.
Not just a boulder. It's a rock.
Like he is swole. Just go look at him. He is ridiculous, but
I don't
yeah,
want to look at
I
it.
give it an A minus.
I'm good. Anyways, moving on to the Steelers.
And you said you want to see Laura Bernard?
No, yo. Putting words in my mouth, bro.
Yeah, Steelers. They
Putting
started
words
off their
in my
draft
mouth.
class with offensive tackle Maxiana Chor from Arizona State University. They got Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver from Alabama, in the second round. They got Drew Aller in the third, quarterback from Penn State. Dalen Everett, corner from Georgia. Ginnings Dunker, guard from Iowa. Caden Wetjen. I don't know why they would draft a kick returner in the fourth, but wide receiver from Iowa. Riley Nowakowski, tight end from Indiana. Gabe Rubio, defensive end/D tackle from Notre Dame. Robert Spears Jennings, safety from Oklahoma. And Eli Heidenreich from the Navy,
Ooh.
who said Christian McCaffrey is his favorite running back and the best.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Literally is.
this Steelers draft class is what?
Migraine?
My head hurts.
Oh,
I don't.
migraine. More like a migraine.
I might have to turn this light off. Plus, I'm getting tired. So
Yeah, it's 1:30.
Are we all?
Well, yeah, we would have probably been done by now if someone wasn't sleeping.
I wasn't sleeping.
Mark told us. He sent us a picture.
Oh, that's earlier.
plus we had to work on the graphics too. So
Yeah.
it took
But
a-
I mean, like, we would have more time to work on the graphics.
Well,
if
y'all
someone
were
was
in
here.
here at 5, bro. Y'all
Yeah.
told
we
me the
didn't
meet time
have
was 5.
nothing done yet, especially for this section
Yeah, we couldn't get nothing done
or
because
the earlier section. The earlier section.
Yeah, the earlier section. But yeah, I like the Steelers draft class. It's interesting. Not the best, not the worst. I gave them a C plus on the document, but that's not what I meant. I meant a B minus, just because of I like what Max can be, and then they got some nice draft picks in Jennings, Dunker. I don't like the Caden Wetjen pick, but Riley Nowakowski can be good. It's just the Steelers had an overall good draft. They filled needs. They had a lot of picks, and they used them on the right positions. They didn't waste it on no like kicker or punter. Even the Eli Heidenreich pick was very fun to watch, especially when he got drafted. I was actually sitting in the editing bay next to my Steelers friend, and you know we were both excited for Eli, especially him being there in Pittsburgh and getting drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, give him a solid.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Give him a B. I really like this draft class, especially with the pickups and hold on,
Jennings Dunker.
Gennings, Dunker, and Yana Chador. Along with their pickup in Jeremy Bernard and that was the only wide receiver that they picked up.
I like Green Winterway. That's great.
Drew Alar. I don't know too much about him, but
Drew Alar.
you know, if they do pick him up, I guess he's a solid pick. But yeah, I give this one a solid B.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier about one of my favorite drafts, this is one of my favorite drafts. Although I did give it a B, I just like the picks that they got. For the value they got, Gettings Dunker is a really good pick. I could talk about Dalen Everett all day if I really feel like it, but I'm trying to go to sleep, so we're not going to talk about him a lot. Jeremy Bernard, a really good pick. Drew Allar could be your future starting quarterback. So, and then Rylan Nowakowski, decent, really good tight end there. And then Eli Heidenreich, really good story, getting drafted in Pittsburgh to the Steelers. So, yeah, I really do like this draft. I give it a B.
All right, on to the next one with the Niners. Starting off strong by getting Deshaun Stravling.
Did you say starting
next-
off strong?
It was obviously a joke.
Starting off weak.
Okay,
Don't ever
starting
laugh
off
at me.
weak. Yo, so it was a joke.
My bad.
Anyways, yeah, don't laugh like that, bro. You look possessed.
Shut
Anyways,
Do something about it, Anthony.
next one, we have Romeo Height. Height?
Romello
Height, my bad. And the next one we have Kalon Black. And then after that we have Grayson Hamilton. And after that we have Kavier Willis. And then for the last 3 picks we have Emphasis. Emphasians. Fieslock.
Ephesians.
Ephesians Pricelock. Interesting name. And then for the last 2 we have Jaden Dunker and Equir Cruz.
A queer?
And
Who's that queer?
the final dude.
I hope you know that Spanish, bro.
No, I couldn't tell, bro, with the Cruz as the last name.
Say that one more time for me, please.
And queer. So instead of helping me pronounce the fucking name, you want to just sit there and laugh. Nice. Anyways, yeah, just give them a B. Sorry for the curse words, just stupid as hell. Obviously, I knew it was Spanish, and you didn't want to help me pronounce the name, so you just sit there and laugh.
I mean, you could have asked. You could have asked me.
Well, you know I'm struggling, so okay. You know what? Yeah. Could have just told me instead of laughing there.
Do you want me to tell you?
No, I'm good, bro. Don't want to know what his name is.
Got it. Yeah, give him B minus here. Not that crazy of a draft, I guess. The Dazon Stribling pick was very interesting. Very interesting to say the least. Very interesting to say the least. And then Romello Hyatt. Don't know much about the guy. He's cool. Kalen Black. He's cool. Ephesians Pricelock. Another guy I was looking at, but yeah. Not that crazy of a draft.
Yeah, no, this 49ers draft is interesting. They always somehow end up with the running back every draft. Last year, what was it?
He does,
Jordan James.
He does like doing.
Yeah, every year it's always something. Some running back. They always end up drafting a late wide receiver. I swear their draft always goes the same way: wide receiver, defensive, and then sometimes even defensive player, then running back, or running back then defensive player. Like I think they just have a set schedule on what to do. But yeah, I like all their picks. I've heard of all these guys in Romello Height, Kalen Black. I've heard of Grayson Holton, and I know I was watching him when they were showing him on the screen. Yeah, he could be an effective defensive tackle against some guards. Carver Willis. Haven't heard much of him, but I've definitely heard of him through this draft process. Ephesians Price Sock, yeah, having a big corner is just always a plus. And if corner doesn't work, there's a world where they can move him to safety if he can bulk up a little bit. Jaden Duggar, apparently that was a reach. I heard 49ers fans say, how do you end up reaching on like 3 picks in this draft? And then Enrique Cruz, I've heard of him a lot, and it's nice value in the 5th round for him. I gave them a
It
B
is me next.
minus.
Yeah, I give him B minus as well. But Seahawks. Um, oh, they went away for a second. In the first round, they picked Jadarian Price at the end of the draft, and then at the end of the second, they picked Bud Clark. At the start of the third, uh, I don't know if this is start of the third. No,
That's
that
the
was a
end.
compensatory pick. They took Julian Neal out of Arkansas. Oh, I forgot to say Bud Clark is a safety from TCU. Julian Neal's a cornerback from Arkansas. Bo Stevens. It's Bo Stevens, right?
Yeah.
Uh, guard out of Iowa.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Henderson Jr.
Yeah.
Wide receiver out of Kansas, who has a tough picture on the graphic. Andre
And
Fuller,
queer.
corner, huh?
And queer picture.
Oh yeah, he does have a clear picture. Andre Fuller, cornerback out of Toledo. Devin Eastern, defensive tackle out of Minnesota, and Michael Dansby, cornerback out of Arizona.
Yeah,
Ugh.
this Seahawks
Now
draft
look at this
wasn't
draft.
nothing special. I gave them a C plus. I feel like a few reaches. They got older players, which I guess fits their need of a win now. But it's just some of the positions that they got, like getting Jadarian Price in the first, unless it's for the reason I said, and it's them wanting the 5th year option. I just I just don't like where they got him at 32. Um, so yeah, I gave the Seahawks a C plus.
I gave them a B. Uh, I
Was
like
it
their
lowercase?
pickups. Okay, I like
Okay.
their pickups. In their defense, picking up 2 cornerbacks and a D tack. Even with the safety and Bud Clark. Don't know too much about Bud Clark, but I feel like he's a nice little pickup. Um, yeah. Other than Jadarian Price and I don't even know about Emmanuel Hudson Jr. So, but yeah, I just give them a solid B.
Yeah, I gave him B minus here. The Jadarian Price pick was just fork found in the kitchen, I guess. But I do like the Bud Clark and Julian Neal picks too. Um, Positions that they needed to fill. Obviously, losing Kobe Bryant and Reek Woolen. Obviously, they're not going to be up to par to those guys just yet, but just filling needs. And then uh, the rest of the picks are pretty decent, pretty good depth pieces. So B minus for the Seahawks.
All right, and that brings up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It does.
Yeah, that does bring up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We are getting close to the end. They have 4 teams left. They started off their draft getting a steal in Ruben Bain. They got Josiah Trotter, linebacker from Missouri. They got Ted Hurst, wide receiver from Georgia State. Keontae Scott, corner from Miami. DeMonte Capehart, defensive tackle from Clemson. Billy Scrouth, guard from Notre Dame. And they got Boyer Sharp, LSU tight end. Yeah, they got some very nice value in this draft, especially in those first 4 picks, even that 5th one in DeMonte Capehart. I ended up giving them an A plus just because I love the value they were getting in a lot of picks. Ruben Bain falling right to them at 15, where they would have probably taken Akeem Mesidor. Keontae Scott in the 4th round, as I mentioned earlier, it's my steal of the draft. I really just love this Buccaneers draft, and I gave them an A plus.
Uh, I give them a solid A. I like the Ted Hurst, how they fell to them. Um, I'm definitely gonna start watching a lot of Tampa Bay games just because of Ted Hurst and his tall, lengthy self. I also like the Ruben Bain pick. I feel like them picking him at 15 made him like want to lock in and show all the other teams that what they're missing out on. And yeah, just give them a solid A.
Yeah, I gave him an A as well. I do agree with Ant. Probably gonna watch a lot of Ted Hurst while he's there in Tampa Bay. The Keontae Scott pick was really good. Ruben Bain, dang, I wish he didn't fall to Tampa Bay, but I hope he has a really good career there and stays there for the long term. He should be really good, especially now that he's more motivated. The Josiah Charter pick, as much as I kind of dunk on it, it's a solid pickup for them. They needed to fill that linebacker spot after losing Levante David. So overall, I give him an A draft. Now we're on to the Titans.
Yep. Titans. We found their team.
Well, I can't wait to talk about their third pick.
Brother.
Yeah, Anthony Hill, bro.
Oh,
All
brother.
right, well, yeah, the Titans go ahead and start off strong in wide receiver and Carnell Tate from Ohio State. Next, in selecting Kendrick Folk, edge from Auburn.
Keldrick.
And then after Keldrick Folk, my bad. And then after that, on the second round, they select Anthony Jr. Hill.
Anthony Jr.
Oh no. Oh,
Anthony Hill Jr. My bad, I just mixed up
yeah.
the linebacker from Texas. Literally stole it right in front of my eyes, right in front of my team. But
Literally a
yeah, no
pick
hurt
ahead.
feelings. No hurt feelings, Titans fans. It's just know if you wear a Hill Jr.
And the Bears gave him that pick too. That's
If you
crazy.
wear a Hill Jr.
Ooh,
jersey
so-
in front of me, I'm gonna.
You hear that, Ant? The Bears gave the Titans that pick, so
Well, to any Bears fans and any Titans fans who want to wear a Hill Jr. jersey, I'm gonna
Yeah, the
find you.
Bills gave the Bears, gave the Titans that pick.
you're just
So
adding teams for Ant.
it all
Yeah.
stems from the Bills. So blame the Bills first.
The Bills
Alright,
gave.
so- Yeah, if you see this list of teams, the Bills, the Jets, and then the Titans.
Jets?
All of you are.
The Jets.
Or no,
The Bears.
The Bears, my bad. Anyways, continuing on, they also selected guard in Fernando Carmona. Yeah, from Arkansas. And
Not like that.
Nicholas Singleton, running back from Penn State. And then Jackie Marshall, defensive tackle from Baylor. And then center in Pat Coogan from Indiana. And then their final pick was tight end Jaron Kanak from Oklahoma.
Yeah. Titans had an interesting draft. I gave them a B. Yeah, Keldrick Falk, he has the tools. It's just his type of edge rusher is not what you needed, especially trading back in the first. If he develops very nicely, that's a good pick, especially getting him only at 31 for a guy that could have went as high as like 12 to the Cowboys. I like that pick. Even Anthony Hill, that's a very good pick, getting him at that
Crazy.
value, because he wasn't lasting a pick longer, by the way. Yeah, Nicholas Singleton can be good for them. Just all the Titans had some nice picks. It's just, good picks, good draft, just not the best draft. So it's one of those where I give it a B for that reason.
Yeah, I also give the Titans a solid B. I like their draft, pretty calm, but yeah, just give them a solid B.
Yeah, it's a calm little draft. I like their first three picks. Obviously, Carnell Tate's going to be their wide receiver one. Keldrick Folk could be a project edge, and then Anthony Hill, who seems to be like a ready now linebacker from the looks of it. He'll probably get a lot of play time there. And then the rest of the picks, I like the Nicholas Singleton pick, getting a backup running back. Don't know much about the other guys, but they had a calm little draft. B. And I have the honor of reading the last team of this process before we go to our favorites, the Washington Commanders. They started off with Sonny Styles in the first round, and then they didn't have a second round selection, so we moved to the third round where they picked Antonio Williams, wide receiver out of Clemson. We moved to the fifth round where they selected Joshua Joseph, edge out of Tennessee. In the sixth round, they picked Katron Allen, running back out of Penn State. And then they picked Matt Golpin, center out of Michigan State. And then their last pick, oh God.
Yeah, you know how to say this, Ethan Kaliakamanis.
I wish you didn't. I wanted to actually try it without you saying it for me.
It took too long.
Yeah.
Trying to read it.
Yeah.
We ain't got that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commanders had an A draft just because of the value that they got, guys. Katron Allen is one of those. He was the bruiser back I was talking about that they got earlier that they don't have on their roster at all. Obviously, I said Antonio Williams, nice sure-handed slot wide receiver, and then Sonny Styles is Sonny Styles. So I give this an A, not an A plus, but this is an A draft.
I
Yeah.
also like this pick in the Commanders. I give them a solid A too. I like Sonny Styles as their linebacker, and I like Antonio Williams. Who's another guy I was looking at that hopefully the Rams would get, but obviously not. But I'm glad he's going to a good team like the Commanders. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with both DJ and Ant. Sonny Styles is going to be the future defensive leader for that team, and then Antonio Williams a really good pick. I know Joshua Joseph was the guy DJ was looking at, and then just some solid depth pieces at the end of the draft. So yeah, now we're on to our favorite teams. Anthony, I think you're up first.
Yep, I'm up first with the
Bro, that defensive
Rams.
tackle is huge. What the hell?
What
God.
defensive
Uh,
tackle?
The number 96 from Bama.
Oh, on the graphics? Yeah, you forgot.
Holy.
I forgot to tell you. CJ Daniels. We forgot about CJ Daniels.
No, I don't think he had any pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh, but
I
yeah,
had it.
starting
Yeah.
starting
Tim
off with
Keenan's huge.
the Los Angeles Rams. Yeah, we started off strong by picking
Let's see.
quarterback in Ty Simpson at the 13th pick, picking him in the first round. And round 2, we got Max Clare and Keegan Trost, my 2 favorite picks out of the whole draft. And then for the final 2, we got a wide receiver in CJ Daniels and a defensive tackle in Tim Kean the third. Yeah.
yeah, he is.
Any
he is-
more thoughts on? Like, this is your
Big
time to
guy.
actually talk about the draft. This is your time to give your thoughts on
Yeah.
Ty Simpson.
Yeah, I don't know what we're thinking. I think we're obviously thinking in a world without
God. Wow,
What's his
those
name?
are some. I gotta say, those are some harsh words.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
Hey.
he's second to best under Mendoza, but
Now's the time to let it
we
out.
could have
Just-
went for
you know
another
what?
quarterback, bro.
I'm a mute.
Yeah. We could have traded
Especially-
back.
Yeah, he went in Bobby.
We could have picked him up. Anyways, we could have obviously traded back, gotten more picks. We could have had Tide fall to us in the second round. I don't know. I guess we're building early for the future without Stafford. And yeah, that's how I feel about Ty Simpson. I feel like I don't know. I feel like him under Stafford's wing, I feel like he'll definitely improve. But from what I've been hearing about Ty Simpson, apparently he's literally worse. He's like at the bottom of the list of quarterbacks in the draft. But yeah, I guess so. And tight end Max Clare, and I feel like he was literally the next best thing other than Sadiq and can't really think of any other tight end. I think it was just Sadiq and then him. Or I think there was another tight end before them, if I'm not mistaken. Was there? Or no?
What?
Was there another tight end or no?
Before?
Like Delp. I think Oscar
It's
Delp.
Sadiq.
Delp went
Oh,
later.
Delp.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Before Sadiq, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like we did select a good tight end, Max Clare. I'm excited to see what they have in store with those 5 tight ends. They're obviously gonna be cutting one of them, and I think it's between Allen or
It's only
Allen.
between those two.
yeah, it's between Allen or Kobe. Also, by the way, I didn't know Kobe was 6'7", which is crazy. It's still crazy to think about. Yeah, but yeah, I think we honestly drop Kobe. I think we dropped Kobe Parkinson. Yeah, he's tall. He's a good blocking wide receiver. I mean, tight end. Sorry, but he does tend to drop a lot of balls. So yeah, and at least with Max Clare, he can block and catch. So I feel like that'll be a nice little replacement and rotation with our 13 personnel. As far as Keegan Trosco goes, sorry, he's a nice little offensive tackle. I know that he can switch between guard and tackle. He is really nice on the run play. I think they have his run protecting game at like a high, like I think like 96. Even with his pass protection, he is pretty high too as a tackle. So I really like that pick Um, uh, CJ Daniels, haven't heard too much about him, but I heard that he does try playing his game like uh, Devontae Adams. I think he's around the same size as Devontae too, being 6'2" and around I think 100 something pounds. Not too sure. And then Tim Keenan or Kean, the third. This is the guy that we literally traded. Or no, it was both of them. It was Daniels and Keenan that we traded both. Oh no, we didn't. Or did we?
Yes, you did.
We did. Yeah, we did trade both seventh round picks for Keenan. So, um, as far as I know, he's a really good run stopper. He's really good. He's able to stuff up the gaps, but he's definitely gonna have to work on his pass rushing moves as well. So that'll be interesting to see how we use him in the future. But yeah, definitely this team was definitely here to be built around time, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. Very interesting from the draft that I thought, but yeah.
I sent you a picture of how big Tim Keenan is, but now let's get on to this Panthers draft class. I'll just read it off and then me and Bobby will talk about it. Obviously in the first round we drafted Monroe Freeland from Georgia, offensive tackle. We traded up for Lee Hunter, defensive tackle from Texas Tech in the second. We got wide receiver Chris Brazel from Tennessee. We got Will Lee the second, corner from Texas A&M. Sam Hetch, Kansas State center. Zakee Wheatley, safety from Penn State, and Jackson Kuwatch was our seventh round pick, linebacker from Miami of Ohio. Overall, I really just like this draft. Dan Morgan, we really put ourselves in position to go BPA at every pick. Really, there wasn't no pick where like in round one, pick 19, if we didn't go get Jalen Phillips, we would have probably had a reach for like a King Mesidor or something there. Um, you know, I so yeah, I really like the Monroe Freeling pick. He's huge. He has the flexibility to be right or left tackle as well. He's young. He's literally only 21, so he hasn't really fully grown into his body. With Lee Hunter, big guy next to Derek Brown, our run stopping is going to be good, but not even just run stopping. Lee Hunter had 75 pressures through his whole college career, I think they said. And that many pressures for that big of a defensive tackle is very good. Like, he's not just there just to penetrate and be a nose tackle. He'll probably succeed the most from a nose tackle, but, Lee Hunter can actually rush the passer, and I'm excited for that. Chris Brazel, this was Bobby's guy. You'll hear him talk about him. Both of us really just thought he wouldn't be on the Panthers' radar, but that size and his speed, the combination. I'm just gonna mention it now. Panthers fans keep talking about, this guy's just the next Jalen Hyatt. Stop saying guys are just gonna be another guy just because his helmet. I know Tennessee doesn't run a scheme that doesn't translate well to the NFL. But that's the thing. You got to look at the scheme, and then you got to look at if the guy actually has the tools, or if he's just exceeding because of that scheme. Chris Browser actually has the tools. He has the full route tree that he can run, and I know Dave Canales loves that. You could tell as soon as he started talking about him, his smile, just he was like, "Yeah, Chris Browser was one of my favorite guys through the whole draft process." And even Will Lee, the blanket. Um, he's a
What you see on
physical
draft?
corner. He doesn't have the speed, so he can get beat over top. But that's what safeties are for. And he said he has the capability of playing corner or safety, so we'll see what the Panthers do there. There might be some packages where he's out there at safety, like we were doing this past year with Shaw Smith Wade, who reads it Shaw the way. Um, and we got Sam Hetch, Kansas State center. I was looking into him. He's probably going to start at center. He's the most pro-ready center in the draft. He won't be the best in this draft. It's probably going to be Connor Lew, but Sam Hetch is the most ready now, and he can come in and will probably start, which I see it. Zakee Wheatley. This is so funny because me and Bobby, when we drafted him, we were talking about how we both were looking him up like the day prior before day 3. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is the guy I want. And I was like, they're not gonna get him. I was like, just because I want him now, they're not gonna get him. And then we traded up for him in the 5th round. So Dan Morgan, they seen something because he can actually be a free safety, the cover safety, but he's also not afraid to hit at all. He covers a lot of field. He only fell because he had a slow 40 time, I think like a 4.5. But many coaches and scouts have already said that he plays faster than his 40 time. Like his on game speed is faster than the 40 speed. That's why the 40 speed sometimes isn't the best like thing to tell how fast guys are. Because Chris Brazel even said it on his presser. Uh, he false started on his 40-yard dash, so he low key lost like zero point 0.2 milliseconds that he could have used. Because basically, if they see any movement, your clock starts. And he said that's what happened to him. So he could have ran like a 4.34, which at 6'5", he would have went early second. Um, but then even Jackson Kuwaj, he said his favorite linebacker is Luke Kuechly. He has the tools. He only had one good year at Miami of Ohio because he was a walk on at Ohio State. Didn't get any play time for his first 2 years. Um, but yeah, he had a very good year this past year for Miami of Ohio. He could be a sure tackler. He's very athletic as well. He's one of those guys that could be like a practice squad type of stash, or a guy that can potentially make the team with our linebacker core as long as he shows out in practice and in training camp. And then the other thing I want to mention, I love this team because I love what they did after the draft. They let the scouts that scouted like these late round guys, they let them do press conferences and let them talk to the media. I don't see any other team doing that. I haven't seen any other team do that. So
Did
just
they
that,
post it?
it's
I need
literally
to
on
see it.
YouTube. You can literally there's like 4 videos of like the scout that scouted Will Lee, him just talking about what he's seen of Will Lee through the process, and you really just
I
don't
need to
see
see
that from
this.
any other team. I'm gonna watch those later. I didn't watch them yet. I just seen the videos, so just seeing that, it's just another reason why I love this team.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man.
The
Um,
scouts go underrated because most people think it's just the GM
yeah,
doing all the work. It's scouts,
yeah, no.
and then they just bring the
It takes a
paperwork. They
village.
bring everything to the GM, and then the coaching staff all evaluates it. But it all starts at the scouts. So I love that the Panthers gave their scouts time to talk to the media and say what they seen.
Yeah, to follow up on that, I think I say this a lot. DJ probably says it a lot too, but it takes like everybody to go look at one player, go city to city, campus to campus, looking at every single player, taking the time away from home and just to look at all these prospects. It takes a lot to go through all that and to um to see that shoot teams like us give love and respect to our scouts and the people that go under the radar is something that you don't see a lot, and it creates a better culture for everybody in the organization. So I just wanted to start off by saying that. But with Monroe Freeling, he's definitely nobody expected that pick from us. Everybody thought we were either going to go Dylan Thieneman or probably go receiver in the first round. But I really like this pick. Yeah, at first I was kind of let's see, let's use a good word. I was kind of on the fence about it, but now I'm thinking about it. Icky is obviously out with his ruptured Achilles, and then Taylor Moton's not getting any younger. So getting younger at the offensive tackle position is really of a need. I know we got Rasheed Walker, but he's on a 1 year deal. But Monroe Freeling is really a really large human being. Not that great of a run blocker, but he could pass block the hell out of somebody. So I really like the value we got at him at 19, and then with Lee Hunter, I thought he was going to be gone much earlier in the second round, but for us to trade up and get him there at 17 in the second round, 49 overall, was a really good selection. Right next to Derek Brown, that front should be dominating. I hope so. And then Chris Brazzell, a guy I fell in love with, watching his tape, watching his highlights. I know he's a tall, lengthy guy. I was watching Steve Smith's episode about him. He does, of course, everybody has negatives, but he's a little bit scared of contact when it comes to trying to catch the ball. And DJ has one thing to say.
Yeah, Steve Smith is wrong about one thing though. I was watching that too. He said all Chris Brazel does is body catch. You watch his film.
No,
He does not
he got
body he
hands.
catches with his hands. He
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 got
catches
hands.
with his hands, then brings it in. So that's the one thing I was like, did Steve Smith actually watch this guy or
Yeah.
like
I mean, Georgia was the biggest game he had. You could see he was catching all
mm-hmm.
types of all types of throws that were going his way, and he was bodying the people that were against him. So he has that big catchability. He has the speed to get off. Of course, his 40 time probably altered his draft stock, but like DJ said earlier, we didn't think he was going to drop all the way to third. So just to see, and not even, we didn't even have to trade up for him. He just fell in our lap. I know guys like Ted Hurst were there, Elijah Surratt were there, that went later, and a couple other guys. But I really wanted us to get Chris Brazel as he offered a different type of play style from a guy like Tedero McMillan or Jalen Cook or even Xavier Leggett. He just offers a lot more speed, a lot more athleticism, and I really do like this pick. Will Lee was definitely a guy I looked at um, during the process, but I kind of shied away from him. But I know he's a really physical corner, and he's known as the blanket, so he will be all over you, and he'll make sure of it. Sam Hecht probably will end up being starting center at some point, especially with all the injuries that happen from time to time. I know we have Luke Fortner, who we signed early in the free agency process, but that doesn't stop you from taking a one of the better interior linemen in the draft, like Sam Heck, who DJ said is more of a ready now prospect than for a future like Connor Liu. And then Zaki Wheatley, yeah, definitely was looking at him because when DJ mentioned that, I forgot what he said, but DJ had mentioned that he was looking at him, and I said the same thing. I was just looking at his draft profile, and when I realized he was 6'3", I was like, that is ridiculous. So definitely a guy I was looking at. Didn't think we were gonna get him either, but we traded up for him. So the scouts and Dan Morgan and Dave Canales saw something in him. So that was a really good selection. And then our last pick, Jackson Kuwatch. I wasn't really paying attention to that pick, but he could offer something very, very different with his athleticism. He could be a starter, or he could be a rotational linebacker. He could be a special teams ace if he really showed out. But he could probably play a whole bunch of positions and be really good in this league. So um, overall, I no bias. I'm giving this an A+. This is a really good draft from Dan Morgan again, and Dave Canales and all the scouts. Just looking down the the whole draft, just really good picks at really good value, and I'm excited to see what most of these guys could do on the field.
I just sent Uar Bernard. I told him he hasn't played football
Okay.
before in his life. Oh, by the way, another guy we added to the graphic that should make the team just because of the contract they gave him, which means they trust in him. Haynes King, quarterback from Georgia Tech. A funny thing, like when the draft end or when we didn't draft him in the seventh round, I was like, okay, hopefully he still doesn't get drafted and we can get him later. Because we were heavily linked to him as him being our next Taysom Hill, just a good backup. He comes in for QB sneaks, just that type of thing. Um, and when the Broncos didn't draft him, I was like, or so basically, it said the pick is in for Mr. Irrelevant, and because the pick was in, technically the draft was over. They don't have to say the 26 draft is now over. Basically, as soon as that pick goes in, the draft is over. As soon as that pick went in, the Panthers are signing Haynes King to a $250,000 guarantee contract. I was like, what? But I was also over here saying, please sign Haynes King. And as soon as I said, please sign Haynes King, notification, the Panthers are signing Haynes King. I was like, wow. And it was just funny because I'm pretty sure the deal was just in place. Like for other free UDFAs like Torian York, who I wanted, Texas A&M linebacker. He had a deal with the Broncos basically set in stone, basically saying if I don't get drafted, you guys I'm calling y'all first and I'm going to y'all. So I'm pretty sure we had something like that with Haynes King because I was listening to Dan Morgan's presser. I just finally listened to it today. They kept asking him about a quarterback. He was like, probably. And then he changed it to most likely because I'm guessing the draft started getting later and he was like, yeah, Haynes King ain't going. So, yeah, we got Haynes King. We also got some other UDFAs. Let me pull up the list of Panthers
I know Kobe
UDFAs.
Prentice is one of them.
Kobe Prentice, yeah. We also got Aaron Hall, defensive lineman from Duke. We got Jalen Gilbo, Texas DB. We got Notre Dame DB Devonta Smith, SMU defensive lineman Isaiah Smith, Coastal Carolina wide receiver Malik Mega, Rutgers corner Cam Miller, Vanderbilt offensive lineman Isaiah Glass, uh, Kobe Prentice from Baylor wide receiver, Wisconsin D line Parker Peterson. And we also invited Iowa State tight end Tyler Moore to our rookie minicamp. camp. So some nice UDFAs. Obviously, I'm the most excited for Haynes King. The contract we gave him almost guarantees he makes the team. That's the same contract we gave Jalen Coker. The same contract we gave. Ooh, what was his name? He broke his fibula. DB
Corey Thornton.
Louisville. Corey Thornton. Yeah, I think fans forget about him and why we didn't prioritize corner as much. He was clamps when he came in. Um, pretty because he played in that Ram. Is that the game he got hurt? Right? Yeah, he got
Or
hurt.
maybe the
No, he got
Seahawks
hurt the
game.
49ers game, I think.
Yeah,
And
because that's when everybody was getting hurt.
because he was clamps in that 49ers game, and then he got hurt. So it sucked to see him go, but I don't think that's what fan realized. And I'm glad the Panthers posted it. UDFAs can really make a difference. Panthers made a
Mm-hmm.
whole post about it, about the UDFAs that are on our team. Obviously, Jalen Coker, who we mentioned, but their list is Thomas Incoon, who is a nice little outside linebacker, edge rusher hybrid. JJ Jansen, our long snapper, was undrafted. Ryan Fitzgerald, our rookie kicker, Clutch Gerald. Corey Thornton, he was clamps and he's going to second year now. Turk Wharton went undrafted, obviously not with us, with the Chiefs, but this shows that undrafted guys can be something. Bryson Tremaine went undrafted. Claudin Charles went undrafted. So just if any of the guys can make the roster, salute to them because obviously they have a longer pathway to make it to the NFL. You have to beat out guys that are already in the NFL. Plus, you have to beat out all these other UDFAs. Then you have to beat out the rookies from the actual rookie class. So, Haynes King Loki should make the team. Kenny Pickett's deal is that it was $4 million guaranteed. We can cut that if we have to, or we just rock with 3 quarterbacks going into the season. And Will Greer's out of here. He's just a cam body. You had any thoughts on
I was
Haynes
gonna
King
say
at least?
I like me.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I watched a pretty good amount of Georgia Tech games when he was there. He has a pretty good arm. He has the athletic ability. He has legs on him, so he can scramble a little bit. Definitely see him getting a lot of like short run packages or QB sneaks or just doing that type of stuff. But
We'll
for
see
for
how
right
he is in
now,
preseason.
yeah, for right now, he'll be on the fence. We'll see what happens when training camp and preseason come along. But for right now, I like the pickup. Definitely excited about him for sure. So
Yeah, because it's a
yeah,
lot harder for all those other positions. Haynes King has the easiest path to make the team. The wide receivers is low
yeah,
key hard because they got to go over even Tremaine, David Moore, Jimmy Horn, Lee Gett, John Mechie. The wide receivers, the D
yeah.
linemen are hard. They got Cam Jackson who showed he can be something. Turk Wharton, obviously Lee Hunter now, and Derek Brown. So that's probably the easiest position.
Is Crumity still on the Crumity's
Crum
still on the roster, right? No,
Crumity,
oh, okay, not
is
Crumity,
Crumity still in the
not Crumity.
roster? I know who you mean, not
No,
Jaden
I'm thinking
Crumity.
of somebody.
Wait, what is his name? I know who you're talking about because we kept resigning him,
You
right?
know who I'm
Like we
talking
kept
about?
cutting and resigning him, the defensive tackle.
What's his name?
No, now we
Did
have
he
to
play for
find him.
Oregon?
Wait, I know which defense. Now I have to look him
Oh
up because I know exactly who you're
no,
talking about too. I'm just gonna see if he's on the roster. Cam Jackson, LeBron right now, Chris Barnes, Jake Curran.
not LeBron.
Jake Curran, come back. Um, no, what is his name? I know it wasn't LeBron Ray. What was that defensive tackle name?
I forgot his name. Dang, how do I forget?
No.
He kept on staying though.
Yeah,
Was it
like
LeBron Ray?
it wasn't LeBron Ray. I'm finding this guy out. I just looked up our roster from last year.
But yeah, like wasn't Bam Martin Scott an undrafted guy
Bam
too?
Martin Scott was UDFA, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah, he was. But now I really wish I knew because I know the defensive tackle you're talking about because we kept
Yeah,
cutting him at times and just re-signed him back. I'm about to look up Panthers defensive tackle now.
Jaden.
Panthers cut
Jaden
defensive
Crumedy.
tackle. I'm gonna look at Panthers wave DT and see if his name pops up.
Because we
Not
picked him in the
Marquand McCall.
6th in
Get out of here
2024.
with Marquand McCall.
Was it Crumedy?
It wasn't Crumedy. No, who was it? And while we find this, go ahead and talk about your UDFAs.
All right.
It was Crumedy because we cut him to sign Travis
Crumedy.
Gibson. I just thought it was someone else. Jaden Crumedy. Yeah, is he still on the team? I don't think so. He's a Packer. Oh, salute to you, Jaden Crumedy.
You go ahead now, man.
It's just for depth. Wesley Bailey, defensive lineman from Louisville. Austin Blask, from offensive lineman from North Carolina. Matthew Cladwell, QB from Texas. Dean Connors, running back from Houston. Nazir Forquer, something like that.
I don't know why.
Cornerback from Wisconsin. AI Zillion Hamilton, cornerback from Fresno State. Bryce Henderson, offensive tackle from Vanderbilt. Nakai Hill Green, linebacker from Alabama. Reuben Jones, tight end from Arkansas. Oh my gosh.
Arkansas.
Chad Lindenberg, offensive lineman from North Carolina. Jalen Logan Redding, defensive tackle from Minnesota. Jackson Moy, defensive tackle from Tennessee. Gray Norwood, cornerback from Missouri. Dylan Peterson, outside linebacker from Wisconsin. And then the last three are Dan Villari, tight end from Syracuse. Eddie Walls, edge from Houston. And then Peyton Zadroid.
Zadroid?
Yeah, Zadroid from the Air Force. I hope we keep some of these guys. I have to look into a lot of these guys, but it's really interesting how many guys we signed from the UDFA. But it is really interesting to see who's gonna stay, who's gonna go. I didn't know UDFA has a big change, like what DJ said, and it's really expanded down to the
for a team like y'all though. It's definitely a lot harder to make the roster, especially with y'all wanting to contend this year. Obviously, the Panthers want to as well, but we have the flexibility to, if there's, we can lose a roster spot for UDFA. Like I said with Haynes King, he's the most likely one to make it. Will Greer's gone, and then Kenny Pickett. If anything, we either rock with 3 quarterbacks, or Haynes King is a practice squad type of guy that we elevate. But I don't know if he's a practice squad guy or a guy that you can cut and he doesn't get signed. That's the thing. That's why I was scared when we cut Jalen Coker, because I was like, damn, he's a goner.
Yeah,
but
luckily nobody picked him up.
Luckily. Yeah.
Well, yeesh, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was a long video, but it's the last time we'll be talking about all 32 teams for a while, I believe.
Yeah, because
next time we'll be talking about all 30 teams is going to be NBA. An NBA type of video.
Also, I just realized we're almost near the end of the month, too. You come out in, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
A week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just forewarning, probably after, the draft lottery and the NBA draft, which is in June, probably going to go on a break.
Actually, no, because we're going to have in-person videos then.
Yeah,
we record enough to have them posting while I'm gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be these type of videos.
Yeah, not
the in-person videos.
These,
whether it's us hooping, whatever. Might be some GeoGuessr videos here and then though. The first one's coming out in about 2 weeks, maybe 3. That video's going to take a while to edit because it's like 7 hours long.
Brother. Sheesh. But yeah, that'll wrap this episode 79, 80?
79 or 80, one of them. That'll wrap this episode up.
Yeah. Make sure to comment down below, give us your guys' thoughts. I know many of you guys have a lot of thoughts, either on the draft
smoke detector again,
other things. Yeah. Or
Mic
audio
should be louder.
things.
Like
Audio
it's showing
issues.
my
Yeah.
mic in the yellow. Y'all's is like
No, I
in the
started
green still.
noticing
So
like you kept putting it.
I kept adjusting.
Yeah.
Kept trying to
There.
adjust it the whole time, to make sure
Yeah,
it's
but
not. But I've been watching the
Yeah.
level. It shows it's loud, but now if
Who
OBS,
knows?
is it OBS that's picking it up low or something? That's why I turned it up. But so we read your comment. Where Ant's gonna get a new mic and hopefully at least just take the smoke detector down.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling us
Itchy.
that.
Thank you.
Itchy. Yeah.
Thank you for saying the smoke detector specifically because all of Ant's friends, not just me and Bobby, all of Ant's friends keep telling him to get it fixed, and he says he's too lazy to even just put a chair up and
Put a
just take it
battery in
down.
there.
Yeah.
Or that
Like,
too.
look,
You
I just
hear
heard it right
You
now.
heard it there.
Make sure you
I don't
comment how
even
many
hear
times.
it. It's just it's literally so.
You know why you didn't hear it? Because you're
You
used
just
to hearing
you
it.
just get used to it.
Yeah.
It's
You just
because
get used to it. So
yeah, I usually don't hear it either. I usually
Me
just
either.
block it out, but because I
But yeah, no,
was
this is
waiting
like
for it that time, so that's the only reason
that
I heard
comment
it.
was like the first comment that like we've ever gotten. Like,
Somebody actually listened out
about
for it too.
someone actually like listened out for it.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Okay,
you.
but I just don't get the comment of him saying it's unwatchable because of that. That's the
It's
only
not a
thing
watch.
that
Come on,
made
man.
it like if a smoke and then he said
Like
grown
there's
men with the smoke detector. Like, yeah, get off. Don't comment again at that
Brother,
wait
point.
grown ass. Wait, you
There's
you
a
said
lot of
grown
there's a
out
lot of
man?
grown people that have smoke.
Mind you.
Have you ever heard of the stereotype of black people just having their smoke
And this guy's
detectors
not
off?
even black.
And he's not
No.
even black. So
So
You
come
would
on
wait.
think
now.
it's me or
So
Bobby,
this definitely
unless
has
he
to
thought
be
it was
a
me or Bobby and was just racist.
yeah.
Hey, if
Or
he's
this definitely has
racist,
to be a little kid.
go
'Cause
ahead,
he
brother.
said grown ass man, bro. Like sorry to
Yeah.
curse, but there's no way a grown ass man would say that.
Well, he
Unless
said
it's
ah.
like
He said ah. He didn't even say ass. He said
So that's
ah.
a child.
there's
That's
definitely
a
a little
child.
teenager, a little high
Hey, I'm
schooler.
gonna
That's a
report the
child.
comment. That's why he didn't say as, because if he said as, I would have
It
been
would have
able
been
to report the
reported.
comment.
So yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
But-
thank you for
Yeah.
the criticism,
So
but
Yeah.
thank you for the
still,
criticism.
We
Ant's gonna
appreciate
get
it.
a new mic within the next like 3 or 4
2
weeks.
days or
3 or
3 to
4
4 weeks,
years.
years. All right.
Years, no
Okay.
weeks. Well, yeah.
But yeah, other
Just
than
run a
that,
parlay
make sure to
tomorrow.
like, comment, subscribe.
Make it sound so easy.
Comment down below what your favorite pick was, what your least favorite pick was, your offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year,
Who won the
draft
draft?
winners
to you?
and losers. Yeah, and give us your grade for all 32 teams, or just your favorite team, or just a team that you really like. But yeah, we'll catch y'all on the next episode. Later.
Peace.
Later.